All right, now we're live. We're on.
Welcome to the Blue Wall Podcast. Before we go any further, let me just say that this is an 18 and over program, so if you are a child, you need to go to bed. If you are 17 and almost 18, you need to turn to a different podcast.
After 10 o'clock, the potty mouths come out.
I'm going to try to hold it in and not drop any bombs for a long time, but occasionally one slips out. I just cannot help that. Tonight's guest, we got the Paper City Company in Chillicothe, Ohio. We got Courtney Lewis and Gabis. Gabis. I knew it was something like that. Also, Katy Large is sitting in with us tonight again because she had such a great time the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, the Paper City Company. Let's just get right into it because I'm excited about this because I love these shirts. I grew up in Chillicothe, so I recognize every shirt that you guys have made so far.
You recognized every single one.
Every single one.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
That's
I am like,
impressive.
this is like such a good idea. I'm surprised no one done this before. You guys, it's one of
Me
those.
too.
You guys have a pet rock ideal right here. You know, you may not make $1 million because Chillicothe is a small market, but if you take this thing to a different city,
Right.
you know what I mean? Find some people from that city, like, hey, what are some shirts that you want to have made? You could be on to. You would be laughing at the
You're
time.
talking about our 5-year plan right now.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
So let's tell everybody about what it is.
Oh, what it is, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. No, I do really, but
If I
Pretend
am
I
wrong
don't.
about any of this, well, I'm going to be asking you questions, so you can come in at any time, though. If I'm Paper City Company, you guys started this as a side project. You both work for Westside Media, right?
We do,
Correct.
yes.
And what do you do? What's your day job?
Westside Media, it's a advertising and marketing web design company that we, my boss, I guess, Stephen Patrick, started it 10 years ago now out of his house. And we do mostly it started as web designs for local businesses. And we have over 115 clients in Chillicothe.
140.
Oh, 140.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
For Chillicothe.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys
Yeah.
branching out? Are you
We
getting?
do. We have everything, and we have some in Columbus. We have some in Chicago. It's because obviously with the internet, you can email, and it's very quickly. You can still work online, and
doing web
it's,
designs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. We
So-
also do print work and billboards, brochures.
What's print
anything
work
like-
like?
Brochures,
Brochures,
business
okay.
cards, flyers. We can
Really
do anything that you can print. We do.
Oh, see, this is cool. I didn't know about all this.
Yeah.
Learning.
This
stuff.
is just their day
yeah.
job, man.
Yeah, that's their day job.
Right.
And-
That's the 9 to 5.
Yes, that's what keeps the lights on.
Do you got to
in
go
our
to
house.
college for that to learn how to do all that web design stuff? 'Cause
You
I'm-
don't have to, especially now. But I went to school for graphic design at OU in Athens, and my background is in print. And then I worked in Cleveland for 5 years, and they're a web marketing company, and kind of learned from there. So
Did you hate Cleveland? I mean, you don't have
It's
to
a
say
lot-
you. It,
No. Easy now.
Go Browns. Can I say
Okay.
that? Am I going to
Yes.
cut me
I mean,
off?
you
Thank
can.
you.
Were the
if you want that nasty taste in your mouth, you can say go Browns. I don't
were the
know.
people in Cleveland meaner than down here?
Not meaner. No, they're very nice. I enjoyed Cleveland a lot. It's very cold.
It's cold because you're right on the lakes, right? You
Yeah.
get a
What
lot
What are you
of
trying to say
snow
about
up
the
there,
people
right?
of Chillicothe, first of all.
You what?
What are you trying to say about the people of Chillicothe?
No,
But
well,
they're
we had a
nice.
guy
Are
on
they-
that was
are they
from
meaner than
Cleveland,
people of
and
Chillicothe?
he was on a different part of town then
Yeah.
because his story was way different
He
than
was
yours.
in like the deep east side, right? Or
I
something?
don't know
East
where.
Side. Well, that's.
and
I was West Side Cleveland. They're all friendly, and it's unicorns and
Rainbows.
rainbows.
Did you ever see
Glitter.
Drew Carey?
No, I saw some Browns players. I saw LeBron James downtown one time. He in his Rolls Royce. Can I say that name anymore? Being from Cleveland, but I saw him like parking his Rolls Royce in front of a bar one time when he was like 20.
How about Bone Thugs and Harmony? I'm serious. No.
RZA. No, I didn't. We tried driving.
That's
What's
where
the
Toby
street's
was by.
name?
Yeah.
East.
Sinclair.
Sinclair, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No.
How about this? The Christmas Story House.
I- yeah.
You guys went there. It's a museum now,
I went
right?
there. Yeah.
That's in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I
dude,
didn't
you can
know
go up
that.
and see it. Is the lamp in the
lamp,
window, right?
Yeah,
Oh, my
and you can
God.
go in like in the bathroom and put like the soap in your mouth. And,
Oh,
Okay,
man.
that's
And you-
gross.
The decoder, Little Orphan Annie decoder.
Don't.
The
I
whole
love that
team,
movie.
man.
See, I have always wanted to get up there. Cleveland does have a lot of. It's like a
Cleveland
place
is
I'd like to visit, but
great.
I would not want to live there.
It's cold, and
Yeah.
that was probably my biggest complaint, I think. And I don't know. I loved it. They have great food, and there's really good people up there. But
It's probably pretty windy, isn't it?
it's very windy.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
just
right off
flat
the
on
lake. Yeah.
They had wind advisories. People were blown over walking downtown. It's very like Chicago, the windy
Yeah.
city. It's the same wind.
Very
Yeah.
light
Happens
People
all
just
the
get
time.
blowing by.
Right,
You're
they're
not
right.
on
In
the
BD.
fattest
That's
cities
all
in Ohio.
Kate, what did you do before you came? Did you ever leave Chillicothe and come back?
I
or?
did. I
Okay.
did. I have a degree in communications from Xavier, and I worked in Columbus for the past 2.5 years before joining Westside Media's team. I'm currently the director of business development, and along with that, I kind of run the office and manage timelines and make sure our work's getting done and clients' needs are being met. So I'm more on the account side of things than the creative side of things.
Did you like Columbus?
I did, but hearts in Chillicothe.
Yeah,
There's
I
something
could not
about-
live in a big
something about
city
the
like
small
that.
town.
I can't do it. I can't even drive on the roads. When you got semis that are going like 80, luckily right now my fiance has a very nice car and I'm driving it right now. But I have a little Geo Metro.
Oh,
Do you
man.
know what it would happen to me if I tried to get on a highway in Columbus with that thing?
Would you make it to the highway?
I probably wouldn't.
Hey.
I never take it over 55.
It's bigger than a smart car.
It is bigger than a smart
It
car.
is.
It's not.
There are
It's
smart
probably.
cars all over Columbus on the highway.
I bet a smart car has more power than a 3-cylinder Geo
Right.
Metro, though. That
I
thing.
feel like dumb people drive smart cars.
No.
I don't
Really?
know about
Well-
that. I like smart. I would like. To
I
have
mean,
an
yeah, it's
electric car.
efficient, but man, like you have a little fender bender. That's might be it.
You're
It's like
done.
an
Just for
oversized
something
roller
Not
little.
if everyone had a smart
So
car.
they need to make something that's like efficient, but also like a boat. So
Right.
like taking
Right.
one
Yeah.
of the like making a smart
mean-
car, but putting it in like a Lincoln.
Yeah.
The more they
They
explore the
could.
technology, the
I don't
better it's
know.
going to get. The bigger the cars are going to get, the more power, the more efficient. So it's going to be in 50 years. Everyone will have probably some type of electric car or something.
Maybe, but I don't know. They don't want us to be too efficient, then they won't make money off of us.
We're going on off topic here. Let's get back on the paper.
Well, we
City
can
Company.
talk about whatever, but all right, back to it.
So
back
you
to
all
it.
you all ended up at the same place working,
Yes.
and you're sitting around the office drinking coffee one day, and you're like, you know what? Do you ever remember the Skateaway? Yeah, I went to the Skateaway. Why don't we make some Skateaway? How did this
It was
idea
more
come
like,
to fruition?
oh, I need a new shirt to wear this week.
I haven't
So you
done
just
my life.
print
all
your
my
own,
clothes
right?
are dirty.
Right, so-
Designer.
I don't want to do laundry. I'm gonna order a shirt.
So did you have a screen printer? Is that what you use?
We use a guy, a friend. He's out of Waverly, but he does them for us.
You design them and he prints them.
Yeah.
So you're like, I need a shirt, so I'm just gonna have this guy make me a shirt.
Yeah,
Or
we send him the
somebody.
design, and we'll give him an order like you would do, and he prints them. Yeah.
Well, your original idea though, when it happened, like, did this guy print it or did you print your own?
He printed them all.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole idea
So you-
started as a side project, kind of like a creative outlet for our designers. You kind of get monotonous in your day-to-day work with your clients, and you're doing stuff that you love, creating things that clients need, but it's not always something that you might be interested in. So it's nice to have that creative outlet, and I think that they got together and like, man, we really need something to kind of free up our mind a little bit and give us something exciting to look forward to.
I think too, like mine coming from Cleveland, like the big thing I love about Cleveland, and Cincinnati is the same way. I figured that was where our beef was with the football team. You must be a Bengals fan.
I'm a Bengals fan since '87.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean-
49ers, man, right? Is that
Yeah,
Super
they
Bowl?
killed us a couple times
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl. Thanks for bringing that
I
up.
just thought at least you went to. a
At least we went. Yeah,
I
you're
mean, I'll say
absolutely
that,
right.
But I
Icky
mean,
Woods, Boomer Esiason, Tim McGee. What are you talking about? I came on at the top. You know, what I mean, it's been all downhill my whole life since I've been a Bengals fan. It's the
I-
worst.
yeah.
At least Cleveland's always been on the bottom, you know.
Oh.
Ah,
No.
bazing! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's all right.
Okay.
No, but when I was in Cleveland, there's similarities to Cleveland and Chillicothe in that, I mean, there's a lot of family there that have stayed there, and there's lots of roots there, and they're a rundown town that's slowly building itself back up with losing warehouses. You know, they have these empty buildings up there that they're slowly
going from industrial to, you know, I mean,
something
whatever their next niche is,
technology. I
has
mean,
to
they're
be.
really kind of, pushing, but obviously it's on a larger level than us. But there's a sense of pride there of being from Cleveland. And there was a couple of T-shirt companies that were started up there that I just thought that was really cool. And a lot of them was like, remember the like from Jacobs Field with the tribe, and the things like that. There was like little like almost like inside jokes of like Dead Man's Curve. There's a big curve up there on the Highway 90, but
So you wouldn't get it unless you was from Cleveland. And you probably
yeah,
not
they're
gonna
kind of
get
like
those.
exactly.
It's an inside joke.
Right, and there's there's people who are just really like it's with anything like a sports team or thing. You wear your shirt with pride.
Yeah.
So moving back here, I had this sort of like why can't we have that here? Like why can't Chillicothe have something like that? Because there's people here who like being here.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people obviously complain about it, but there's a lot of people who really enjoy being here, and why not like support that and help them show that off? So it started out with I had the idea of doing like just Cleveland Chillicothe pride shirts, whether it's something with Chillicothe, and then of course with this old restaurants and old buildings that have since gone. There's a sense of nostalgia that's here too that people still cling to and that still remember.
First Capitol.
I mean, yeah, and
People love
third,
it.
and third.
First and third, yeah.
Can't.
Oh, third too. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It came
It
back,
left and
It
came
did.
and then
back,
it went.
yeah.
It was 2 fails right
Where
there.
was the
We lost
second?
it 2 times.
I think it was
Zanesville.
Zanesville.
Yeah.
Really? And then they're like, screw this place. Let's,
Well, they
let's
wanted
go
to
back
be. They wanted to be
Chillicothe.
more centralized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like
Well, why'd they? Yeah. Why?
It's
Columbus is right in the
basically-
middle.
they basically made Columbus out of a field.
Yeah.
Hence why
Yeah,
they call
it
it
didn't
Cowtown
exist when
sometimes.
Chillicothe was here.
Yeah.
So that's
And that's
where they
why
kept
I mean
coming.
Really?
Chillicothe is
Yeah,
so like
there was no Columbus then.
like the whole northeast territory was established. Like Ohio was established from like that point. Like the Great Seal of Ohio. Like they're up there. Like that's where it was established. Like people came here. Like this is a cool area.
Great Seal Park. I go out
Right.
there
Yeah.
frequently. I
Yeah.
love it. out
So
there. I love
they
hiking
just
out there.
decided we're gonna make the capital.
It was along the Erie Canal, so it was easy for transportation and.
Here she comes.
This is like a history lesson.
No, this is
instead of-
awesome.
No,
Yeah.
good. No, it was
Sorry.
good.
And here she comes.
I need to know
I've
this.
had several
Teach us.
conversations.
Well, the Erie
on
Canal,
first and
that's a
third
big
capital.
part of
But
Ohio.
But
but
it
they
was,
just
for
decided they made a little stop on the Erie Canal.
And it was kind of the gateway, to the west.
Nathaniel
when you're-
Massey.
Yeah, when you're coming,
Yep.
from the east to the west, you're traveling the canals and, trade. I don't know.
No,
That's all-
right.
that's
It was a
all I
good-
know.
That's how
Right.
boats.
I swear
that's
I'm
how
not a
boats
history geek.
went.
That's all
We
I
could call
know.
somebody and check.
Right.
your-
It was a
but
good
I think
central
you're right.
point, like a halfway point for the Erie Canal
Well,
or something.
and also the
right?
side of river. Like there was a
Right.
connection point. Like this was a very high traveled area
right,
through
okay,
here. This
yeah.
is where, and then also the B&O Railroad came through here. So this was like a high stopping.
was it.
This was the place.
This was it.
to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, but I was saying, what a Columbus? Like, what they just
They wanted
Because
it
once
centralized.
Ohio was formed as a state, and there was arguments with Toledo, like back
Yeah.
and forth.
We
and,
had a
you know,
war with Michigan.
Yeah.
We did.
We
Yeah.
won.
We did.
Ah.
Can I get the history facts on
Toledo.
that?
What?
What year was this for?
I
don't
can't
think
remember.
it's in any
It was
book.
Not
18
officially a
something.
war, but it was.
But
a-
we
an
kind of they got and
The
just
UP
for
from
giving
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for giving us crappy Toledo, they got the whole peninsula
which
up
is
there.
awesome.
I mean, yeah, awesome Toledo.
Yeah.
Well, I meant like UP's awesome. I don't know if
Yeah.
we got the best deal.
No, they got
Nothing
an
against
awesome deal.
Toledo.
They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll take all that,
It's a
man."
pause.
Oh, we should also let everybody know if anybody has any questions, they can type it in on Ustream or type it in on Facebook, and we will be sure to try and look at those
Yeah.
and ask them.
And don't
Hence
qu-
the
don't
word
quote us.
try.
Try.
Don't
yes.
quote us on any history lesson that was just
That's all
spoken
we
about.
know.
Yeah.
We've
I was
already.
very nervous because the problem with this business is I do love Chillicothe, and there's a lot of historians here in town that like know way more than I do about
Yeah.
every little detail of this town, and it's I think it's very interesting. But anytime I like promote it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say the wrong thing, and
Somebody's
get
gonna call-
corrected.
Just roll
Or-
it.
That was 1873,
or
ma'am.
that like I know.
Yeah, I do.
It was actually this, and I'm like, that's so interesting, and I'm really sorry that I messed that up. But
I will remember it
On
for
100
next
shirts.
time.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I got my history.
I do that a lot. I just take for granted something that somebody told me is the truth, and I repeat it to a lot of people. Like,
Did you
and then I
know?
realize, like, is it really true though? When I tell somebody, I'm like, maybe I should look that up before I tell anybody else. Like, yeah. I'm just
Well,
talking out
let's
my
talk
butt.
about this new shirt and what's going on down
Yeah.
at the Sugar Shack.
Yeah,
we decided
events.
to come out. We just released this one yesterday. It's just Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
That was
It's been a long
yesterday.
week already.
Yeah, we got the Sugar Shack T-shirt. We really wanted to get this one out. We when we came up with this T-shirt company in just July of last year is when it kicked off.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
thought you guys had been in the works longer than that.
No,
Really?
just July. It was our first.
So you're not even a
opening.
year old.
No, we're.
Oh, you guys are
babies.
doing great. You're booming.
We're very pleasantly happy with how things are
Well
going.
done.
Thanks.
God bless America, where a person can have an idea
Yes.
and follow it and be successful at it because it's passion. You know what I mean? You're doing it because you love it and you want to do it.
Yes.
So,
I
well
love
done.
Chillicothe.
Yeah, well done.
But the big thing, I mean, was we had several ones that we wanted to do, and we've even, like, our process was, you know, finding, we got lots of suggestions too, was the thing. So, and one of them was the Sugar Shack. And so we decided, we knew this event was coming up, and we thought it'd be cool to have it out before then to cut me off.
I'm not touching it again. I was just moving. No more touching.
But, you know, to help with this, you know, I think a lot of people come in for that event, and it's a really cool thing. And a lot of people remember the Sugar Shack. So it was kind of our spin on it.
What is it? What is it? What's going on? Tell everybody what it is exactly.
Well, maybe Miss Large over there should tell you, because she's going to be
She's playing at
front
it.
and center.
Rock on. Let's.
Yes.
She's
I'm the worst host ever.
belting her.
No, you're an awesome host.
Benefit.
Thank you.
It's a
Great.
benefit, and this is like the third one, right?
This is the third Sugar Shack reunion. Her shirt obviously comes from the original, but 3 years ago they decided that they were going to redo this whole Sugar Shack thing, this place where all these kids went and danced and partied, and they were like 14 years
When
old.
did it? Do you know when it opened? Like,
1960.
oh, they were
60s.
the
It
60s.
was the 60s. Do you know the exact year? Because I'm not positive, but it was the 60s for
Okay.
sure.
So they were probably
Ask your bandmates.
dropping
Yeah, I will.
acid and stuff
They're
back
probably
then in the
mad at me
60s.
right now for not knowing.
14-year-old.
So my band members were 14 years old in the 60s, and they used to play exactly what her shirt is representing. But what's happening is they're doing the reunion. It's at OUC on Saturday. The doors open at 5. The first band goes on at 6:10, and these are all members, not all original members, but there are original members from all the bands that used to play the Sugar Shack that are still around here. They got back together 40 years later. They'd stopped playing music. They get back together 40 years later, and they're like, hey, let's see if our guitars still work. And they did.
Picked up right where they left off.
They
That's
really
awesome.
did, and they
Weeks.
played, you know, most of the bands play the stuff they played back. My band is very strict about playing the exact same songs that they played the exact same way. They played it 40 years ago. It's just their thing. So
Is it original music or are you just playing some
no,
covers?
it's all covers because they
Okay.
were 14 and they were doing
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah,
parties
yeah. Hey,
then. So
there's some
the
talented
Beatles,
14-year-olds
the
out
Beatles
there.
were around, and they, you know, so
The Beatles were like today's, like,
Justin Bieber.
We
yeah.
had some tough competition.
Yeah, so it was like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and that's what everybody wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So they went to these little like after school dances and stuff like that, adult chaperoned always, and that's just how it was. So now they do the reunion. There are 4 bands. They will play Saturday night.
And you got like big turnouts too.
Yeah,
like,
last year I think we had like 2,500 people.
That's
I
awesome.
don't
Oh,
know how many there are going to
well
be
done. That's nice.
this year.
it's huge. People are flying in.
What time did you say that starts? 5?
The doors open at 5. I think the first band's going to go on at like 6:10 or 6:15. Every band plays about a 50-minute set. Just gives everybody a little taste of what they do. They have live auction of guitars signed by all the band members, and
it's a benefit. So
yeah, it's a
what's it
benefit,
for?
and the money goes to the Rock for Tots charity, which goes to local children's charities in the end. So yeah, and
good event, good.
adult beverages,
Things.
good music, all that fun stuff. So, and you can buy tickets at the door, $5, or you can still buy them at Coffee Central and BB&B Music. They're all $5. So yeah.
Bob's Banjo Barn.
Oh, that's what that stands for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triple B.
And now I know.
Oh, Bob.
I
And
think
it's-
You didn't-
didn't
I
their
had no
original
idea.
building burnt down, right?
Does-
No, he just moved.
Does
He
he own
just
the
moved?
Bootery too?
Yeah.
Is it the same Bob?
Huh?
Does he own the
Bootery,
Bootery
Bob's
too?
Bootery.
These two different Bobs? Does he own
Bob's a
everything
common name.
downtown?
There might be more than
Bob
one.
started
I don't know.
Chillicothe. we have a Bob shirt coming up.
Pretty sure that was in a book.
Well, that sounds
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
so goes back to that. That's where it came
you
from.
ladies brought in a shirt to give away tonight. That
We
is awesome.
did.
So we're going to tell everybody
Free
how they can win that shirt. Yeah, free shirt. Everybody loves free stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably why everyone's listening right now. They're probably been waiting like, man, when are they going to talk about that free shirt? What's up?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Do it
Talking
at the
about all
very
this
end,
Chillicothe,
obviously.
Chillicothe history. What's going on?
These are like the most comfortable shirts.
I love mine. It's not, I don't know, it's soft.
It's a nice blend.
It's not too thick.
It's
I don't know.
perfect. It feels
It's a nice
vintage.
thin. I had a friend who's
that is the-
Feels like you've had it
contacted
for
me
40
about the
years.
T-shirt that her dad loves them like for sleeping in, and she like wanted to know where we got the shirts. So
Said we made them, so you have to buy
I
them.
spun them.
we hand spun them.
Just buy more shirts. It'll be.
So do you have any
Uh,
do you make any that are places still in business?
No, we haven't.
Not
What-
yet.
No.
What's the newest, like,
I
The
didn't think
last
about
one
it.
to go out of business.
right, yeah, the, like,
Probably
the,
the Skate Away.
Skate away.
Or
yeah.
It's
well,
pretty
that's
fresh.
Johnny's Drive-In, which was
This has been out of business for a
Yeah.
while.
That's
That's
right,
longer
but it was
than
before
Skate
Johnny's.
Away.
Skate Away was out in the late '90s, I think.
Yeah.
but I guess one good thing is there will still be more businesses going out, and that will keep
No.
you in work, you know?
I
Like,
heard that guy that bought that and
The
built
Skateway
that.
has not been
What is that?
gone.
Walgreens there now.
Well, it's
No,
there's-
the Skateway's still there.
Yeah, but
It's-
the guy who bought that built the Walgreens, right?
I think so.
And I think is he using it for a garage now?
I think
Yes.
it's like his
Yeah.
historical.
It has
like,
actually
Yeah.
know who we're talking about.
do you? That was
they,
the rumor.
yeah, they went in and refinished like the entire floor, all the wood.
So it's all wood still?
So it's still
yeah,
rigged?
but it's like a house you wouldn't want to walk on their wood floors in because you're terrified. And now it is filled with vintage cars.
Is it like a showroom?
It's like a
Does- can
private
pe-
museum.
No, it's private. It's
Oh.
like his, and
Dang, he should
so
open it
needed-
up.
He needed a place to put them.
Gosh, I need a place to put my Geo. I wonder
where's
if I
that
should
at?
Buy the.
You
I
should
should
ask
go.
him if you can put it in
I
there.
should buy the Cavalier.
It's incredible. It's scary, incredible.
Where was that place at?
Right behind Walgreens on.
Bridge?
It's across from like
Western
Bob
Western
Evans.
West.
He probably wouldn't
Well,
want
not
to.
really behind. I guess it's past it, but
He wouldn't want to do a private show, would he? And let us go in there and.
probably
Touch
not.
them.
Yeah. All right.
Luckily, nobody knows on here obviously who it is, and he'll never hunt me down.
I don't blame
Mess
him.
with his cars, man.
Well, I mean,
We're
that's
talking like
that's
I
going
mean
around,
Rolls
so-
Royces and Bentleys and vintage cars.
Yeah, I have those in my garage.
that is
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, is that what you keep in your garage?
I need
Yes.
a place.
That's
It
her
is.
Sunday car.
My
I keep a
non-existent
shitty Geo
garage.
in mine.
She's making a lot of money in this company. Somebody better check the accounting.
Anyway, how to win this shirt? If you go to Blue Wall Podcast on Facebook, there's a picture of your husband wearing the shirt. Because I got an
Yeah.
exclusive sneak preview Saturday down in the
model.
park. We'll get into that in a minute
He's a
because it was
model.
funny. Well, he is technically a model now.
really
I mean,
is.
whether he wants to be or
Yeah.
not, he's
He's
modeling.
going viral.
Yeah. So you go on the picture and you type in the phrase "Paper City Company rocks,"
Yeah.
and then later on in the program we will give you the
Secret word.
secret
The secret
two
word.
words that you need to know whenever we
Pee-wee's
contact
Playhouse.
you.
Jasmine.
that you need to know when we contact you, and if you tell us these two words, you will officially win that shirt and be rocking it. Hopefully up
At
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
Saturday
Yeah.
night. Absolutely. So that'll be
He still has
awesome.
no idea what's happening Saturday night. He's like,
Yeah, the Sugar Shack up at OUC. I wrote it down so I'll know for Saturday night so I can announce it. It starts at 5. First band goes on at 6:10. They're going to be playing music from the 60s, correct? Beatles, any Grateful Dead, anything like that? No?
Not my band, no.
No.
But I mean, maybe one of the other bands plays some Grateful Dead. I doubt
It's a
it.
little late 60s, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
pushing it,
Yeah.
really.
I think it's
so.
more early.
Early?
And we're
So we're
talking
still
like
sock
We're
hopping?
talking like shout.
Well, a little bit later.
and
Little
Sock
bit
Hop's
later.
a little 50s, I
We're
think.
talking, yeah, that kind
It's
of
before acid really
Louie
took hold of
Louie,
the band
Wild
in the
Thing,
60s.
Yeah.
Hang on
Yeah, I
Sloopy.
gotcha. I gotcha.
It's
And
like
it's
the
$5 at the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, heck, I might stop up. No, I don't know. Yeah, I might have time. I might have time to stop up there. I want to
Thanks.
see that.
Thanks,
$5, yeah.
Your train of thought.
No,
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
I was thinking I might be at work still, but I'll probably be off in time. But I've already dragged the old lady to one event. She's,
You can take her to this one
I
and
know.
do it.
It's going to be a regular Saturday thing. I'm
Well-
just going to be dragging her all over town to things that I like to do.
Look for the Weejuns. I'll be singing
The
the
Weejuns.
Weejuns.
And you're the lead singer. Is there any other guys that are like come in on rhythm or something? I don't know if there's a
Yeah,
rhythm singer.
almost all the guys in the band also sing. There's about 7 guys in my band. So, but they all also sing along, or some of them sing lead sometimes and stuff like that. So.
You know who else also kind of sings sometime?
Who?
Courtney kind of sings sometimes.
Oh. Really?
Are you
Courtney sings
now?
a lot. Are you kidding?
I heard
She's
her.
Great.
Well, her husband
That
has a
was
band, right?
Yeah,
She also plays. See, I don't play anything.
but that wasn't the band that was in the park, right? That was kind of just like some friends that got together, correct?
Yeah.
So that's
she
not
doesn't
like
want to
a.
talk about it.
That's no. This is great stuff. I love
You
it.
did a wing it at the Earth Gathering?
Well, it wasn't a wing it necessarily, but it was a band that never had been together. My
Yeah.
husband is in a band called the Lewis Brothers.
Lewis Brothers, of course.
If you've heard, they perform. They've done several Earth gatherings before, and then last year, my friend, the other girl that was in it, Carrie, and another friend Nicole, we had started a little trio band together.
Carrie, does she play the bass?
Yes,
Is that okay?
that's
Yeah.
Carrie. The three of us had a little trio band together, which we played last year, and Shelly had asked us to play this year. Nicole couldn't do it; she was busy this weekend, so I
Improvise.
enjoyed it. We were,
Yeah, I think you guys did great. I am very jealous because I love the twang of the banjo. I am a very big banjo
Yeah.
fan, and I'm just
gotta
like,
love the
man.
banjo.
Every time I see somebody playing the banjo, I'm like, man, I should learn how to play the banjo.
It's easy.
And then, no, it's not easy.
It
Why would you
is.
say it's easy?
It's so easy.
It's not so easy. I've tried to learn guitar on 2 separate occasions, and it always ends up in frustration and cramped fingers.
It's a guitar.
It's different. They're two different instruments.
I know they're 2 different instruments, but they're both stringed, and you strum them, and you do this with your other hand.
You
So
got it. You just did it.
I got
You
it.
got it
Is that-
down. Somebody put a banjo in his
That's a
hand.
G.
I do.
That's a G. I know.
Open
Yeah.
G. That's
But
called-
so I'm kind of jealous that you have that ability to play that instrument.
Wow.
Now, I liked the music that you guys were singing too. You did a couple covers, but then you get a couple of your husband's like original music, correct?
Yeah, he was in a band then before Lewis Brothers called Schoolie Station. That was, if you knew that one, that's an earlier 2000 band, and they played at Earth Gathering too a couple times. But he had a couple of his songs. Yeah, he sang. But
I liked him. I liked what he sang.
Yeah.
It kind of was like, how would you describe it? It was almost like folky, but not folky. It was more
Folk.
modern. I don't know. It was weird. It's weird to describe
alternative
it.
folk is what we were calling it.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right. Yeah, yeah.
Because we were doing we did like a Weezer cover and
Yeah.
Wilco. And
I think you did a Grateful Dead
You
song.
guys did a Black Keys
we
song,
did
didn't
a
you?
Black
Yeah.
Keys. We did
Black
a,
Keys.
we
I
did a
like the
Grateful
Keys,
Dead
man.
song.
There's also something going on
I sang that one. I knew all the words.
at Majestic. It's called the
Paper City Music.
Paper City
Festival.
Music
Festival,
Series.
and
Yes.
the
Yeah.
the Shivering Timbers, the Keys
Yeah.
produced one of the guys in the
Yeah.
Keys producing them, but
Which
they
that show's like May 10th, and that's
yeah
you guys
next
should
month.
have them on here.
I'm trying.
Dennis
It-
Foreman,
Do you know him?
Shout him out. There
give
you
him,
go.
Yeah, and Mark
give him a
Dennis.
call.
Dennis Foreman, Mark Secoy.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Foreman. I'm going to look him up because I tried to get a hold of somebody
Mark
You won't be able to miss him.
because I seen him
beard.
Yeah, look for
dropping
the
off
beard.
some flyers out at the movie
You
theater,
probably saw Mark, maybe.
and
one of
I'm going to
them.
get a hold of him. I want to have him on. I think that would be
They should
interesting.
come on before their show. That's a big. They've been doing a lot with the music. They have their music paper, and it's funny. I mean, we've had people like the same name kind of, but Paper City was like the nickname of Chillicothe.
Yeah,
is where
Paper
that came
City,
from.
yeah.
So anyway, their Paper City Music Festival. It's Labor Day weekend is the festival, and but they're doing the series to kind of build up for it at the Majestic, which I think is really cool because the Majestic is like one of the best sounding places in Chillicothe.
It's pretty cheap to rent the Majestic out too.
It's very cheap.
Can you believe that? Is that
Yeah.
just to encourage downtown activity? What do you think is behind the cheapness of that?
I think they're working on it. I don't know. I think it's I know that they have lots of
I think it was like
bills and
$500. You get the building and the park beside it, or something like
I
that.
don't
think-
think that's right.
Are you
Not-
sure?
No, that's
Yeah,
not
it's not
correct.
right.
I think it's cheap because I didn't know it's cheap, but if it's cheap, it's probably because of all the ghosts.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
probably a good speculation.
All of the Blood Alley.
Here
right
comes the
there.
history
Ah,
lesson.
man,
And we're
Yeah,
back.
see, I know
Tell
a
us
little
all
bit.
about it,
I know a
Kate.
little bit about
Well, you see the
Chillicothe.
Majestic. No.
Here's what happened.
Let me open my history
It
book.
was a
In
dark and stormy
1873,
night.
there was a cold
The Spanish influence.
I've been in the
cold
Majestic.
October morning.
I've been down there many times. I've never seen anything
During the
close
Civil
to
War,
a
they
ghost
used
or a
to-
spooky sitch.
I've
haven't
heard
been?
many stories.
Oh, me
and people
too.
that-
I've heard a lot
my
of stories
husband's
too.
been too. I mean, my husband witnessed one.
Have you been on the inside?
Yes, I've been
Oh.
all over the place.
Wow.
You're not a believer. They don't come out when they're not believing.
Yeah. you
Oh,
gotta believe in
jeez.
it.
Well, that's
You're so skeptic.
They use it for the ghost walk. I think it's awesome.
No,
You
it
have to
sounds
believe
better
in
if you
it.
don't believe and you see one than
Yes.
if you're a
That never
believer.
happens. If you don't believe, you never see one.
I guess
That's the whole
that's true.
concept behind it.
There's always a
No,
scientific
no, no,
reason
no.
behind it if you
Right.
You know about the
believe it.
Moonville Tunnel? You ever heard of that?
No.
Down in it's just outside of Zaleski State
Oh yeah,
Park.
I've heard of that one.
I've been camping there 3 times, like right at the tunnel, and all I ever see is teenagers coming out there at night. I've never seen a ghost ever. I've never seen a ghost in my whole life. I would love to.
They're
That
supposed
way
to
I
be
could be part
ghosts?
of the club. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I seen a ghost once. It was so scary. But no, I don't
Have
know.
to
Maybe it is
believe.
because I don't
Maybe-
believe. They don't want to waste their time on me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe someday.
That makes me feel horrible.
Has anybody here ever gone on one of those hunts? Like the little ghost?
The like tours.
Or
Or-
the tours that
I've
they
gone
do.
on
Or
a
whatever
ghost
you do, you
tour,
go
not the
and
ghost
like
tour.
Oh.
Did
like
you say you
stay
got
the
a ghost
night
story?
in a place
I
or
haven't.
something?
No, I've never
No.
done that.
No, sorry.
No, I'd be
Wow.
too freaked out.
I'm that kind of stuff. I'm more scared of that kind of stuff than anything. Like ghosts and like things that you can't touch.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't care if it was in a 10-foot tall like some kind of beast. I feel like I would have a chance. I could still fight it.
He's got a heart.
Yeah,
I could just
he's
Yeah,
got a weak
stab him
spot
in the heart.
somewhere. Where's the weak spot of a ghost or like a possessed
Spirit.
demon or something? Yeah, a spirit. Like you can't fight that. How do you fight it? You can't.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I guess,
Right.
yeah.
Wow, who are you gonna
Obviously.
call? Jeez.
I don't know anything about
That's
that.
day one
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, that's who you call.
Yeah, apparently
guess.
they wrote a song about it.
Hey, that could be. You could branch
They
out.
actually made
Another
several
business.
movies
Ray
about
Parker.
it.
In a cartoon.
Yeah, and a cartoon.
And Ecto Cooler.
We should get back on.
So we could
Sorry.
just start
Topic,
a business.
shouldn't we?
We could branch out and make like fake ghost appearances, and then people will start a little Ghostbusters, and we'll act like we
Be
take
like the
care
crop
of
circle
it.
people.
Now you're getting all
Yeah.
Scooby Doo on me, man. We're gonna have fake ghosts and work in conjunction with some people.
Meddling kids.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are working one day. Man, we're gonna get way back to this. We've went miles since
Full
this
circle.
original
It's a full
topic.
circle. Here we go.
So you guys are working and you're kind of bored. You love what you do, but you're just kind of it's getting mundane. So you're like,
It wasn't really that. I don't want to say like it was boredom or anything. It was just was like this of my seeing of Chillicothe and like when I lived in Cleveland, and it was I wanted to bring this back, and
Yeah.
it was just my boss and I were talking about it, and with West Side Media, and I'm like, this would be kind of just like a project, be kind of cool to do something like this. He's like, well, how about West Side Media will front the money to like start the startup, because that was the big
so
thing when it
your
comes
boss
down to
is
it.
like your main investor.
Yes.
Has that caused any problems? No, everybody's cool. Did you get him paid back and everything?
We're still like building up, but
Okay.
it's with any kind of like back and forth.
But
we're
you own
pretty
the
close.
who owns the company?
There's three of us.
Okay.
Steve, my boss, Johnny Rappel,
Okay. Yeah.
and myself,
Drummer Johnny.
Mr.
Ruppel,
Johnny Rappel.
on the drums. He's always killing it at church, man. I love to watch drummers drum. They're the funniest out of everyone in the band because they are just back there killing it and getting into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that is passion.
Yeah.
But
Tangent.
okay, so you
So
got
the three of
three
us,
owners.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and Kate just came on board with us in January. So she's kind of a volunteer help.
I volunteer.
Intern.
Do you own stock in the company?
She
No,
just
I
helps
do own a
push.
few T-shirts though.
We need a couple
Awesome.
interns.
We own a few. Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, do we need some interns? We need some tech people and everything else.
Yes. A sound guy or
I'm
something.
trying to get back on. I'm trying to
I'm
think
sorry.
of what my next question was.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
So okay, yeah, there's three people in charge of it. When did you know that you had something? When did you say, you know what, we're gonna make some money off this. We're gonna turn this into a business, and we're gonna be successful at it.
Well, I think the first time it happened, because we bounced the idea off, and the funny thing is, Johnny and Steve are both not originally from here. They both kind of came here. Like Johnny's from Indiana, and Steve is from. He claims to be from like Michigan area. He's lived
Claims.
in several different places, but.
And he claims Michigan. Oh my gosh.
He also claims Chicago, I think.
Oh,
too.
Chicago, I guess that
We'll
is.
save
He lived in
that.
Beaver Creek for a while too. Lived
Whoever
in
he's talking
Spain,
to.
in Canada.
Spain
He lived in
and
several-
Canada.
He was born in
Everywhere.
Spain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lived in
is he an American
Saskatchewan.
citizen?
He
Naturalized
is, yeah.
or okay?
Yeah. Anyway, but he's lived. He met his wife in Chicago, and she's originally from here. So moved back, have a family.
It's a
He's
trap,
from here.
man.
I know he got sucked
Once you
in.
get here,
You
you're
get-
here.
it's
You're going up 23. You stop to get some gas on Bridge Street, and the next thing you
Sucks
know,
you
you're
in.
renting an
You
You got
apartment.
2 kids, and you're
Yeah.
like,
What happened? Jeez.
Whoa.
Chillicothe.
I was just getting gas.
I was going up to Pittsburgh.
Who are these kids? Oh, I have a wife. What? Oh.
What
but
was
yes.
the first shirt that you did?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Or did you do like 3 off
Well,
the
we
bat?
had initially, so we built up and we decided we were going to come out with, I think there was 12 shirts, 9 or 12. One of those, I can't remember. But we had kind of like a kickoff, and we bounced around ideas with friends, family. And so because Johnny and Steve weren't from here, I think they were like, what do we do? Kind of, they didn't know the connections. So
Yeah.
what we did is we actually went over to the Chillicothe Gazette one day. The 3rd floor is archives. I don't know if you've ever been up there, but it's free
I have
to
not.
go up.
Is it free?
It's free to go up in there. You can
And
go
just
in.
browse around?
They have a copy of every single.
Touch everything.
Do they have? Hold on. Do they have it on the little? You know what I'm talking about?
The
Where
machine
I
that
want to hear what the
shoots-
name is. What is it?
I don't know what it is.
I
It's
just wanna
like
hear the sound.
it's
It
a
might-
projector,
Do it
and they
again.
put film through it. And it's like you've seen it in the
it
movies. I
again.
know you've seen it.
Such an
You go back. This is it. I found it.
First word starts with an M.
murder in
Yeah.
1937.
What is it? You know what it is? What that
What is
machine is?
Microfiche,
A what?
microfilm,
Yeah.
microfiche.
Microfiche. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do they have one of those?
Yes, but I don't think it works.
Oh.
It's in the
See?
No, but
it's in the
even
archive
better-
for looks.
Even better is that they have a copy of every single newspaper back
Hard
to
copy?
Like, yeah, back to like 18
Oh,
something.
that's
So there's
nice.
these old ones back there that have, like these ads for like get your stagecoach wheels fixed and like here's some elixirs from this on Paint Street. Like they're like
Snake oil.
Yeah,
I can't
they're
believe they let you
amazing.
Cures
touch them.
And you can just look at,
everything.
yeah, you can go up and look
Do you have to
at
wear
them.
gloves?
Are,
No.
are they in
touch the
special?
paper?
Are they in special plastic?
No.
See,
They're, just,
some
they're in books. They're in like
Right.
a book, like a bound
some
book. And
asshole
they're
is
put in
going to
a-
ruin this for everybody someday.
We should stop talking
I
about
know, Mike
that.
Crone's probably so pissed at me right now.
Sorry, Mike.
Holidays
General
coming
public
up.
does not have access to.
There's like a
I don't
li-
get
there's
to,
like a
like-
line out the door
I
tomorrow.
I have a feeling somebody's going to eat a paper or something and ruin
Well, I will
something
say
for
that
everyone.
people have like, if you go to like Man Walks on Moon and someone's like cut out this paper.
Oh,
from it.
what a,
Oh, that's
I know.
what a
it's
dick.
very sad.
I mean, that is the worst.
I just want to go back to the day I was born.
Yeah,
Now I
found
have
mine.
to go look.
Yeah,
because
that's a
I
good
want to
idea.
see it.
Man,
I'm
you
gonna
can
check
spend
that out,
hours.
too.
So what we
Try
did is we
something
went.
stupid.
Yeah.
I made something retarded that day.
Katy Large is born this day.
Yeah, why does it not say that?
I'm assuming that's what mine says.
I'm going with that. I'm never looking. I've decided that's what it
assume.
says.
Yes.
Yep.
So we went back through and looked at it, and we took a lot of photos of different ones that we just thought as a design
Gotta have something
aspect
cool,
we thought
too.
they looked really cool, and then there was some that I'm like, oh, like what we couldn't find any for the white cow, but we knew that was the one we wanted to do. That was a down the road one though, but like Skate Away, like I knew we had to do that one, and then what were some of our we have this really cool. There used to be a brewery in town, Wagner's Brewery,
Mm-hmm.
and they had different labels, and we have this old.
Is it anything to do with Wagner's Frenchtown Country Club?
Bar.
Columbus?
No.
No, out in
Wagner's
Frenchtown.
Bar.
No, yeah, no.
That
I
ain't a
mean, that might
bar.
just
That's
be
the
because of the
Frenchtown
same,
Country Club.
Oh,
yes.
are you-
Sorry.
All five,
Okay,
all five
okay.
people.
They have
I was like,
hamburgers.
Sorry, apparently Deke is from Frenchtown, and so now we've offended him.
They have hamburgers and tenderloins there now,
They
so it's
do
kind
have-
of a
Pretty
big
good.
deal.
So all they need is a golf
karaoke,
course.
right?
So that was
No,
your.
they have that. They have karaoke.
I know.
So Wagner's,
I don't know if it's.
The brewery.
they're
But
probably
there
not.
was a brewery. It might be named from
Yeah,
the guy,
yeah.
because then the Wagner guy moved his brewery to Columbus. But anyway, we had this label, this like beer coaster that had Old Capitol beer on it. I think it was one of the beer they sold. So we had that one on a shirt. The Union was a department store, like a high-end department store in the 50s.
I do not remember that one.
Yeah. See.
I didn't. I've never seen that shirt, but I do not remember that from the
Claiming.
50s. So
It was
I
like
don't feel
where,
bad.
like in Central Center is where
Okay.
that one was.
Where the Woolsworth was.
No, that's where the Woolworth was. Where the Woolworths was.
That's what
There's
was
no
there
Woolworth
then.
down there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it
Now.
was the only thing there.
Yeah.
That was like there.
Okay.
I think it was where I'm gonna get yelled at. I think it was where Community Market is.
I think
Okay.
you're right.
now. I'm pretty sure.
That's correct.
And then
That used to be Big Bear or something before Community Market, right?
it was something else, and then it was before Big Bear or between. There was like a furniture store or something. Big Bear then used to be like where Woolworths was, beside Woolworths, like where the dollar or that
Is it the rent that
rent to
Rent-A
own
Center?
place
Mhm.
is now
Aaron's,
I think
yep.
Aaron's. That's where Big Bear used to be.
Where it started.
Where it all started. We have a Big Bear shirt. That's kind of a bigger because we had a couple that were.
Do you
maybe
have
not, like-
to get a license to distribute? Like, because I know,
Permission.
like, some of these companies are way out of business. You know what I mean?
We
Does
did some research on some. we, made sure. That's why we did older ones.
Well, we
You don't have
Well,
to. Yeah, you don't have to answer any
now.
question you
Okay.
don't want
didn't
to.
think about
We
that.
didn't. And basically, what we said, we talked to attorneys,
Yeah.
and we're not here making millions of dollars on
Yeah.
these shirts. We're not like an Old Navy.
They're not
putting
going to
out
want a
Gap.
piece of you until.
If they come to us and say cease and desist, then
Okay.
here you can have all of our profits
Yeah,
from it.
I
Here's
gotcha.
$73
Yeah.
that we made off of these shirts.
Now-
So, like,
Enjoy.
and most people have been very positive. That was our biggest fear, but most
my
people have been very
my
positive.
fiance does the lady's hair that her grandpa owned, Johnny's Chicken.
Debbie, yeah.
Yeah. So I met her and.
And she was one of those she was a wonderful story because, and that was like your initial question that you were asking about, like the positive, like what kind of feedback that I got is, I wasn't sure what we were going to get. And then, so we had this event in July that was kind of the kickoff of all the shirts, and we had the 12 shirts, and people were just coming and just hearing these stories
Where
from
was it?
people. It was in our, West Side Media used to be on Delano. Across from Central Center there was like a little parking lot. So we just had like a couple tents set up with card tables out with our shirts, some music, some punch and cookies. Those are
Help yourself to punch and
really-
cookies.
and a t-shirt.
That was your first day trying to sell.
Yeah.
So-
Well, no, we advertised and we sold, I think.
This
over
was just
70
like a party
t-shirts.
to
Yeah.
introduce everybody
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
lineup.
Grand opening.
Yeah. It wasn't like a DJ 9 to 12 party or anything like that, but
It was a grand opening.
it was just a little afternoon.
And everybody who you could find that had anything to do with these old companies, is that what it is? And they came and shared stories about it, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was definitely like there was people, the actual owners of Skateaway came down and bought like 6 or 7 shirts.
That's awesome.
Because yeah, and we had so many people, like there was a guy. So one of our shirts is called the Super Duper. It had this elephant with a
Seen
tutu
that,
on,
yeah.
and
That's one of
it's
my
super
favorite
duper.
ones.
I know, it's so
I had
cute.
no idea what it was, but I'm like, hey, it's an elephant with a tutu. This is super duper. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That has to be on a shirt.
Why not? So it was a grocery store over in where Zane Plaza is, and I think it was where the Elder Beerman home store was at some point. I'm not sure what. It was one of those little locations on Bridge Street. But people, the cool thing with those, when we were looking through the old archives, where they just had these huge pages, and it was very like circus themed grocery
Yeah.
store. And one lady was like, yeah, they had like these huge elephant footprints on the ground, like to walk to different things. I'm like, that would be so
Yeah,
cool
that's
to have.
awesome.
But the thing is like this one of my brother's 22, one of his friends bought one of the shirts, and like you kind of pick like the union people, like the shirt people who buy the union were like older, and like Skateaway people like was more our age,
Yeah.
people buying the shirts. So he was buying the Super Duper one. I'm like, why are you buying that one? He's like, well, my dad was a bag boy at Super Duper, and I'm like, that's cool.
Awesome.
Like there was no like his connection to that was something I never would have thought. And just to hear, there was a lady on Facebook that wrote something, and it was around Christmas, because these are like Christmas was insane.
Yeah.
It was like a great gift for people around here to get, and not only for people here, but to give to like
People that
People have moved away.
moved
yeah.
away. Like because we're online as well, you can buy online, so not just at Schlegel's, but we've shipped from New York to California, all over, and it was a great Christmas gift for people, just something different to get. And when we released Shackneys was the one that was really requested, and as well as the Johnny's one. So those came
What
out.
is it? Shackneys?
Shackneys, yeah. Shackneys
And you got a lot more
Sons.
shirts than I thought. You're popping off a few, and I'm like, man, I've never seen that one.
What's
We
Shack
have a
Knees?
website.
Well, Schlegel's, right? You have
Check us out.
Do you have all of them at Schlegel's?
They are all, yeah. I think most of them are at
I've been in there
Schlegel's.
and looked, man.
What was Shack Knees?
Shackneys is Shackneys and Sons. It was like one of the oldest department stores here in town, and the big thing people said, it was where it was on Paint Street on the corner of Paint and Main. It's empty now, but there's like it was huge. I guess like couple floors. Like you would like there was elevators, I think, to it. Like there were these like chutes, I think, that would shoot things up and down. But the big thing was that like you go get your brownie uniform there and things like that. Like that's where your mom would take you to get your little school uniforms and things like that. But it was it was around for a really long time. But there's lots of family it's a family name of things around here. So there was like some Shackney families from like Arizona and Florida, like sending me like, we want to order some, that's my, relatives. I want to get some Shackney
Yeah.
shirts. And this on Facebook. It was right around Christmas. This older woman had put a message on our Facebook page that was like, I just want you to know that my daughter's bought me a Shackney shirt, and I literally cried because like it was like the sweetest gift. Like my mom worked at Shackney's, and I have these wonderful memories of being there with my mom and like helping her. Like she worked there, and that like this was like the best gift, and I'm so appreciative. Like it was like one of those moments where you're like, oh, like
Hallmark moment.
yeah, like oh, it was like tear, and you're like something I'm doing.
You're excited. You're getting into your project, and all of a sudden, what's that? You're making a difference.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And that's, I mean, above all, I mean, the whole, like, we haven't gotten any complaints, really. I can't really.
Like,
You've been in
Of
a long
it.
enough
like
time.
I wish that place closed 50 years ago. I don't even want to see it again. You're bringing it back.
How dare you?
That-
It's been.
That's
Somebody
how
like
Johnny's
that.
chicken goes every
You didn't
time.
get any of those. I'm tired of Johnny's chicken.
No, you're never
That's
tired of
not-
it. You just get really upset that it's still gone.
Oh.
When you see
No,
a
it's
shirt, you're
okay.
like, man.
Well, it's funny, the
I
white-
got you, yeah.
The white cow shirt, we sold that one for the first time out at the fair. We had the Gazette actually let us like share a booth with them for a little bit, and we sold the white cow out there. And a guy came up to me and he had the shirt on. We were out there 2 nights, so he had bought it the night before. And he comes up and he just has this big grin on his face, and he's like, I've been walking around, so many people have like talked about my shirt, pointed at it, and like one guy was like, asked me yesterday, I put it on, and he's like, oh, how old's that shirt? About 25 years? And he's like, try 10 minutes.
Just pulled it off the shelf.
Yeah, and that's probably been the biggest, like, people telling me is that, you know, I had a friend who he had a shirt on, and the Union shirt was also a department. There was one in Columbus too. Like it was kind of a bigger
Chain,
bigger
yeah.
chain, but he had it on in Columbus at some restaurant, and he said this woman like came running over to him from like the other side of the restaurant and was like, where did you get that shirt? You know, and he was like, you know, like to have that kind of effect of like
Yeah.
shirts of places that bring back nostalgia, I think
A
has been-
stranger's just going to run up to you like,
Yeah.
I had the same thing.
tell me
happen
where
to
you got that now.
I had it happen to me a month ago. I was in Kentucky. I walked into a friend's house and they're like, is that White Cow Diner in Chillicothe? Or is that just like a brand?
Just a-
shirt. And I'm like, no, it's the actual one. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that forever.
That's cool.
I know. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
Very
My
cool.
grandma used to have breakfast there all the time.
So you just run an online store mainly?
It's mostly online. We have most of our inventory though at Schlegel's, so you can go in there, and if you don't have a size or something, you can always message us or put it on Facebook. Like we can, because a lot of the things is like we don't have the shirt we use. It goes up to triple XL, but we don't usually carry. We'll carry some double XL. But if someone has a shirt, like if they wanted a size, we can probably do a special order
Yeah.
of it or something
Right.
like that. 'cause
Might
I think
cost a
that's
little bit
been-
more.
Schlegel's is the only place that you are like leaving them to sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
For now.
yeah, and then there's
Until
I mean,
Walmart
online.
picks them up.
Right. Exactly.
Until she opens her own storefront. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
there you go.
Yeah.
Even better.
Screw
There we go.
Walmart.
We got a couple comments. Nothing to do much with what's going on. Oh, okay.
The Big Bear.
Jake Thomas says that cool shirt, Deke. Thank you. And my buddy's making fun of me because of my willingness to spend $5. He's shocked. He knows me well because I'm a miser, and I do not spend my money that often. And he confirms that the Big Bear used to be down in Central Center. It's where Community Market's at now is what he's
Yes.
talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was over by where like Goodwill is now.
Which Goodwill?
The Goodwill by Ollie's and
No,
Dunham's.
no, that used to be Odd Lots. the
No,
old
there was
Odd Lots.
and there was a theater there too.
Yeah.
There was a theater.
Right,
Cinema
but there
6.
was.
Oh, there you go.
That is where
There
the
was an old
grocery
theater.
store
I know.
was.
Well, we're thinking
originally.
we've gotten like requests for doing
Right.
drive-ins,
Yeah.
like the old Adina Theater.
Yeah.
There's like even
Oh,
the
yeah.
Majestic one.
There
How
was
about-
Majestic
one,
people have asked, but
Somebody asked
we're
me-
Well,
trying
you're
to
not
stick 'em
closed
once. I
yet.
know.
Don't push it.
I don't want to. Like, I have a feeling if we did one that's new and then they close, like I would feel like we jinxed them or something.
Yeah.
they had
We'll
they
just do a
had
Cinema 6 and call it a day.
I think you have a good idea with just going with clothes. You know what I mean?
Danbury.
It's more
Danbury.
nostalgic. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good. Somebody asked me about AIM. Do you remember the old AIM? Yeah, I think it went into Hills whenever they left.
Ames.
Ames, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Let me fix that.
But it was the same
Ames.
thing. It was just another
Yeah.
spin-off
Another
of
Hills,
Hills.
yeah.
yeah, I do remember Ames. I feel like
It only lasted
there's
for a
some
minute.
that we're considering doing, and we've gotten response like Sister's Chicken. Do you remember Sister's Chicken?
I do remember Sister. I was talking about that with my mom the other day.
And what was it?
And we
like,
talked about Woolworths.
Well, right, but that was, I mean, it gets into like when it gets into bigger chains, it's like, we
The
kind of want to
headache.
try to steal,
Things that were just
right,
here, right?
or just like keep things that are local, whether it's like Diamond Head or the Happy Harvester.
yeah. Oh,
I think those would be really good.
I think the Happy Harvester is a good one.
I was hoping good feedback from people.
Maybe it'll jumpstart the
Diamond Head. They don't know what that
renovation
is.
on
Nobody's
Carlisle
Diamond
building.
Head.
Diamond Head. Do you
Diamond
remember
Head,
Diamond
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Remember that one?
Best egg drop soup in town. They had
That's
the
good
big,
stuff.
they had the gaudy fountain whenever you walk in with all the change in it, and I was always like, man, I could take a handful of that and just be right
It just makes
out
you think of all the
here.
stuff that's not here anymore, like Kenrick's.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest jewelry store ever. And it had everything. They had all kinds of.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
They had all kinds
Wait,
of
you
stuff.
maybe you should sell your ideas
That
to
was
them.
like the
No,
jewelry
they can have
epicenter.
Out with the old, in with the new. They
You wanna
obviously
you wanna
didn't
see
have
my
a good
design
business model.
skills? I'll draw you a picture real quick. That's all that girl right there. She's the artist, not me. I can draw you a stick figure.
Now, do you guys
So good.
personally have any stories from these places? Because I got a Johnny's Chicken story and a Skateaway story. But I mean, you guys are
Everybody
from
has
here.
a skateaway
Oh,
story.
yeah, believe it or not.
I promise.
That is so true. That's beyond true.
Whether it's young or you're
Senior in high school.
I don't.
So what about it? Come on, any of these
I just
places?
like Hearts. We did Hearts.
I-
Do you remember Hearts?
Yeah, I loved Hearts. You know why I loved Hearts?
Shop there all
Why
the
did you
time.
love Hearts?
It was like the arcade. They had like 10 video games in there. They had the
Wow.
pretzels, the popcorn, the ices. Like when I went
It was
into
like a
Hearts,
party all the
I was like,
time. Mom's shopping.
exactly.
I'm
I'm playing the games. Mom, you know where I'm going to be at. I'm going to be on these videos. Give me
I
a
just-
dollar, please.
Yeah, I have these memories of just running from my mom and hiding in the clothes a lot, like at Hearts, and I just have these like memories. I also have this memory of Big Bear. Like that was the first place I shoplifted, and I was probably 4. But I had this. I took a little caramel, like one of those little like caramels from the toy, and I
Yeah.
took it.
I'm
And,
glad you have a bad story because my
I
Skateaway
think
story is
that's
kind of
funny.
bad. So
and I took it, and I remember like even when we got out, and I was like, "Mom, look," and I showed her, and she was so mad at me, and I cried because I thought I didn't really think about it. She's like, "You just,
You're
I
just
should
being
take you."
sneaky.
She's like, "I should take you back in there and show them," and I was like,
And they'll call the police.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll give you
You're gonna
half.
go to
You're gonna
jail.
jail. Yeah, you're locked up.
Big Bear's gonna
see,
call me now.
back
and pay for
then,
this.
you know, they
Caramel.
probably would.
Watch out, they'll get you.
I think people overreact now. Back then, if your mom would have took you back in there and been like, "Hey, she stole this. She wants to apologize. Here's your product back." They probably would have.
Well, she's
It would have
4,
been nothing. Yeah, it would
Not
have been.
16.
Well, I'm saying even like
And it was
9
a
or 10 years
caramel.
old.
It wasn't like a jewelry.
Bag
Yeah.
of chips.
She meant 20.
Well, if it
Yeah.
was
Wait, I was 24.
if it wasn't for kids like that, they might still be in business.
I know. I was
Oh.
taking
You started it. It's
Brought
all
them
your
down.
fault. And
Man, look at you.
caramel. Just put them under.
Oh, here's my Skateaway story.
Let's hear it.
Man, I used to be such a little dirtbag kid. Whenever I used to go there all the time because we lived in down Plyley's
Were you
Lane.
one of like skate rats that like could do
Every
like
Friday night?
backwards and like
no,
do
no,
crazy
no, no, no,
stuff?
no, 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 no. I wasn't that
You
cool.
limboed.
I wasn't.
One
A,
down,
I wasn't a
one foot
cool.
out.
I just told you I
One
was
of
a
those.
dirtbag kid. I wasn't a cool skateaway
Okay.
kid. I lived down in Heritage Hills, and we used to go down there a lot because it was right down Plyley's Lane, so we'd go there a lot Saturdays. And I learned how to break into the Frogger machine. You just grab both of the handles and pop the top, and I robbed them for so much money. I feel so bad about that. I was probably like
That's worse than a caramel.
between 7 and 10 years old.
Yeah,
I've probably
you
done
broke
it like 10
into
times.
something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
What a horrible!
Mon-
I was just like, that was like a horrible kid.
There
I-
was no
You
mistaking
need
what
to
you
go
were
like
doing.
take that money back to
I
them.
did. I
right
should. I don't
now.
even know how much it was, but
I mean, it was probably at least like $100.
oh no, it was
I
never.
think you should pay
that much.
$100.
I probably
Interest.
Interest.
Pay
Yeah, I
it.
probably
because,
should.
Because the skateaway people are still around.
Karma
Are they?
interest.
Yeah,
They
I
live
probably
over on
should,
Delano. You
man.
should just like take it over there.
And I should apologize for that
And
because
you
they were
should say
probably
you're
like,
sorry.
Tell them your story.
because you could put it right back down, boom, and it would look like nothing. And so they were probably like, man, Frogger is doing
It sucks.
bad today. There's like 10 coins in
I can't
here.
believe you're
If
stealing
you knew how to do
Frogger
that,
money.
though, think of all the other kids that were doing that.
Oh, I'm sure other kids were seeing me.
One kid saw you, and that was
Frogger
it.
did not make a dime.
You know what I
Worst
hated
game ever.
at the skateaway?
I feel like this game
Like
is not
couples,
popular.
the couples skate when they slowed it down.
Oh.
Like what?
You hated that?
Couple skate?
Obviously, he had no
Oh
girlfriend.
yeah, there was yeah.
It was
there
super
was no
awkward.
girlfriend.
That's when you try to
Yeah.
pick up a girl, though. That's when you're like,
You're
yeah,
holding
you-
hands. One of
I
you
always
falls
ran to the
down.
bathroom.
We were having fun
You have to be-
skating,
I
but
didn't have
now-
confidence
sitting in
back
the
then to be
corner.
picking up a girl like, hey, do you want to skate? I can't skate backwards, and the guys probably always skated backwards in them couple skates. If you're
Oh,
not,
yeah.
because that's
If
what the
you're
cool
cool,
guys
yeah,
did,
if you're
right?
cool, that's
I
what you
always
do
held-
anyway.
I always held hands.
Yeah, you hold hands.
Yeah, you
but
hold
then somebody
hands
falls
and
down,
you
and the whole
skate.
line goes down, and it gets it's really,
true.
and it's a wreck.
I was a big of the Hokey Pokey. That one was good.
I was big at the limbo.
I got nervous.
The
That
limbo
one,
was my
but-
thing. Because you didn't just spin around. you
kinda
got me
like-
every time. So you
kinda
like
like did,
stomped.
like, a-
You stomped in a
I always
circle.
got jealous of the girls that like slide through doing like the splits.
Oh yeah.
Can't do
Like,
that.
what is going on? Then you had the
That's
races. I did one of the races once.
Yeah.
I fell down like 8 times. It was the most embarrassing thing in my life, and I had to finish. I had to keep going. I wasn't going to quit in the middle.
Yeah, don't quit.
I had to race my buddy Andy Mitchell, and he was so fast. I was not even like a quarter of the way done. I had fell like 3 times. He's done. Like at the end, like,
He
hey,
had
what's
the
up?
speed skating technique.
Yeah,
The races were the worst though because that's where every child like broke their wrist hitting the wall at the end because nobody knew how to turn. They're on
Yeah.
full speed, a cement
or
wall.
stop.
Everybody's
How
just
do you
like, bang.
stop?
You just
Why
run
they
right into
closed?
My
it.
version of stopping was running into that like
Entrance.
safety.
Is it like
rail
a,
and not going over it.
It's
one
a
in the
sprint?
corner.
you
Well,
sprint or
whenever,
you go
when I
run?
raced, you had to go all the way around the circle, and it was just the worst. Oh my gosh! I did it once and never again. That's probably why.
Can you think of the last time you went roller skating? Do you know?
I know.
rollerblading or roller skating?
No,
No.
Are you a blader?
no, that's the thing.
No,
Having-
actual roller skating.
after you rollerblade, to
wheel.
try to roller skate is weird.
Probably since I was like 12.
You haven't had to go
I
to
don't even
some
think-
friends,
Isn't it
kids, weird Cavalier skating
I
rink
know.
party?
I was just
lately or
about
anything?
no.
Like,
The Cavalier is actually doing pretty well because there's no other
There's no
places.
skate
Isn't
over
it weird how the Cavalier was like they were on their
I've been
last
there
leg
once
out
in my
there?
whole life, I think.
No, they redid their floor. They have parties there. It's
Really?
pretty cheap.
'Cause
They have a
it was
birthday
always
party.
like
Yeah, they got a nice floor.
Guys,
It's
wasn't
like
it?
off road.
The Cavalier is making a comeback out
They're
there.
still
in
out there
Frenchtown.
though. Like
Oh
it's-
yeah, they're
It's
there.
crazy.
I thought they were like I thought they went out of business
No,
like
they
15
still,
years ago. No, they're still open. People
They're
are still
still
having
skating.
birthday
People
There's
parties.
still
skate.
kids' birthday parties
Yeah.
happening out there.
I want to have my birthday party out there.
And they still use
You know
roller
that'd be the best
skates.
idea
Rich, are
ever.
you
It would be
listening?
packed. Like
Fun.
everybody in the whole town would be there.
Skating
Courtney's
party.
birthday party's at the Cavalier.
Oh man, it would
They
be-
Man.
still use roller skates though. They didn't like do away and all
probably
roller
I
use
think
now.
you can bring your
Same
own,
roller
but you gotta
skates.
clean or you gotta clean your roll. You can't bring if you bring in outside skates, you have to clean them really well because they don't want you nicking up their
Do they
floor
still
with.
have the
Right.
same skates? Like,
No,
they
I'm
always-
I'm
I
sure.
mean, I'm sure they've upgraded,
When the
right?
when the skateaway went out of
So-
business, they
Oh.
probably bought
they bought all
their
theirs.
skates.
Oh, so they're new.
That's probably
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
New to them.
They're
I know
newer.
At the skateaway, when you brought your own rollerblades, they had to check them for the bolts on the side.
Yeah.
Because they didn't
Had
want
to
to
be, they
scratch,
had to be
Scratch, yeah.
covered. You couldn't be like inlining.
And I would
Like-
always take my brake off the back because I would go backwards, so you don't want to
Yeah.
trip.
Oh, he
And they
was a
wouldn't let me
backwards
use them. And
skater.
if I didn't have my brake on, I couldn't use my rollerblades at the skating.
Jeremy was slow dancing with his girlfriend on
on
out-
skates.
on skates.
Yeah, I had to
I like
use.
this is the skate motion.
I was the the pushing.
Well, how else could you skate?
I get into my skating.
skate.
God,
That's how you skated, right?
I was like,
Is there
this.
video to this? Because people need to see.
I was a stomper skater. I can't really skate.
I was like the one along
just
the
gonna
wall, just
walk. Katy was hanging on the rail over there, apparently.
I
Like,
was
just,
terrified for my
bye,
life.
guys. I'll see you on your next time around.
Yeah, I'll still be here. I'll still be
Yeah,
here.
sit
working
over
my
and
way
I'm
Yeah.
waving.
around.
I'm waving. Hi.
I'm just gonna talk to these people sitting over here.
Yeah.
I don't know them. Whoop,
Please
and
don't-
there she's on the floor.
That's my embarrassing
Checking out
skateaway
the
story
trail
though.
here.
It was the worst. I was the
You
worst.
heathen.
I was a little heathen. But I know. I totally would
We were
beat some
stealing a
kid for
caramel for
stealing
like
from my stuff. You know what I mean? So
I
I'm
know it's gonna happen to you.
I'm totally like
Karma.
yeah. I would hate for that to happen to me, but I totally did it
That-
when I was a kid. I didn't know any. I knew better. I knew I was stealing. I just
Yeah,
You
you,
already-
weren't, you weren't 4.
You already paid for that karma, probably.
yeah, probably.
You probably.
But
did.
my other fond memory is Johnny's Chicken because I was very low income, and I can remember just my buddy who keeps commenting on here, Paul Pittenger. He's out in San Diego, but we had like a group of friends, and we were not by any means wealthy, so we would be scraping together like change to go get that bucket of fries from Johnny's Chicken. Be 5 of us eating this big old bucket of fries, and it was like a
Oh.
lifesaver. There ain't nowhere else in town you can
It's
go
not
for
like
five.
that.
Yeah.
You get the bucket of onion rings and fries. And
Oh.
Oh,
like
they're
that.
onion rings.
I want some chicken.
And
now.
so many nights I can just remember doing that, and that's my
Fries.
fond memory of Johnny's Chicken. I never had the chicken at Johnny's Chicken, but I've had a million bucket of fries.
That was like that was the Sunday family thing. Like
Yes.
go get a bucket of everything they had, and take it home, and that's what you
Yeah,
would do.
you lay it out on the table like you made it.
Yeah.
We're like,
No,
oh, it's easy.
fuck
Put it on
Just
the.
Well, I mean, but it's just out
strap
there.
it on
though.
like a feed bag. Like, this is mine. Go away.
So good.
Not sharing with your siblings, like racing for the door.
I stole chicken one time.
Oh my god, this was
From a-
Was it like on Precious?
What
I was
show
at.
are we on?
I don't know. I've never
I don't
seen
think I've
that.
stolen anything in my life.
I know. We are
Oh,
bad.
think it through. I'm sure you
I
stole
was
something.
like 17, and I was with my football
count?
friends at
What?
Long's Retreat. And
Oh.
of course, I'm 17 and didn't have any money. I mean, I probably had enough money to eat, but there was like
Didn't
this
wanna
table
spend it
that
on
nobody
food.
was around, and there was buckets of chicken on it. And I
Oh,
was like,
God.
man, I'm hungry. And I just like act like I would
Some
belong
poor
there,
children
and I
are,
took
like,
somebody's
starving.
chicken and I ate it.
Nonchalantly.
Yeah, like ooh.
And you know that a party came in there later and was like, okay, everyone should have a bucket of chicken in front of them. There's exactly enough, so
Some
don't
sad
worry.
little kid.
Everybody's going to get a piece. Like,
This
Mrs.
poor little
Johnson,
kid.
Some poor little kid's like, where's
there's
my
no chicken left. What? I made sure there was exactly enough
I
chicken.
did, yeah, it was my fault.
And they're like,
Yeah,
you
he's
probably
licking
hit
his-
it.
He's licking his
then
fingers
he got
over
in
in the
trouble.
corner. Like, I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Some little kid crying about
And,
something.
Yeah, and then they probably blamed the little kid that eats all
Exactly.
the
It was totally.
little
Mm.
fat kid or something. I don't
No,
know. He
you got somebody in
blamed.
trouble that day.
I
It's
think
still
it was,
not as bad as
actually, I
me,
think it
so.
was a family reunion, and they had a
They
lot.
probably had
They
plenty
had
then.
too much.
Because
They did.
buckets of chicken is what everybody brings.
Yeah.
If you would have asked, they probably would have gave you one.
Oh, I know, probably.
Oh.
Family
I know
reunion, you
this
could've just
now.
fit in.
Yeah,
I
you
was
know-
17.
yeah.
All kinds.
I'm related. What's the last name?
I know now. Now I would never take somebody's
Did you
bucket
buy
of
chicken?
chicken.
We have the biggest family reunion. Speaking of family, and what many times, like people will just wander into our family reunions down in the park because I have
That's
like
what I did.
The Deacon family.
no. Bost is what
Oh.
my grandma was. So our Bost reunion is we have like 300 or 400 people down in the park. It's ridiculous. There's like playhouses. It's going on. There's an auction going
When is
on.
your reunion?
Just,
We
just
do
so
it.
we know. We're just-
If you like
Will you
many
have fried
times.
chicken?
We have sack and save, fried chicken. You
We'll
already
be
know.
there.
I'll be there.
Everything.
I'm a boss.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I am too.
You know what? I'm related to
We're
just
all
about
related.
everyone in Chillicothe, so it wouldn't surprise me
Everybody's
if.
last name's
yeah.
actually Massey, but it's okay. It's on from there.
But my cousin is
Massey
a
Tecumseh.
correctional officer, and we're down there at the reunion, and this dude's got a plate, and my cousin looks at him, and he's like, "Wait a minute." So he walks over, he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like apparently this dude was just in prison, and
Clearly.
yeah,
We're not judging.
we're not judging. He was in prison.
Was he in an orange jumpsuit? I'm just asking.
No,
lot of
my
shackles.
cousin's a correctional officer, and
Okay.
he recognized him. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "Oh man, this auction's crazy, right? Free food. I mean, this is nuts." He's like, it's actually our family reunion." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "You want this back?" He's like, "No, man, just eat up and kick rocks. You know, get out of here."
That's what happens when you do it in a public place like that.
I know, but there's always people
You're not
wandering
all
in
wearing
because they
a
don't know
shirt
what's
that
going
says
on. There's like a
Boss family
bounce
reunion
house.
on it that nobody knows.
Now that I
My
think
family
back,
doesn't
I
have
stole
those t-shirts.
I stole food other times too.
Food
Oh my
thief.
goodness.
I stole, but it was food. Like I was still. I am bad.
Were
I
you
was a
s-
bad
Are you
teenager.
starving? Did
No,
nobody feed
I
you?
I stole caramel apples at the fair.
Oh. Did you say, "Hey, look," and then
This is
take
good.
them?
This is like good. It's like we're all confessions. of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, this is. It was the Blue Wall
Open-
Confessions. This is it.
Yeah,
Open
we're bringing it
confessional
back.
here.
What else?
I no here. This one year, I went to the fair every day. In Scioto County, and I didn't pay a dime. It had all.
Did you jump the fence? Go through the
No, I
cornfield?
would go through the gate. I would tell them I was because we had football like
I'm
two a
lost.
days.
My mom's in there.
Well, we had two a days, and like we would train in the morning and then in the evening, and then I'd be like, well, I have football practice and my stamp washed off, and they would stamp me, or I would try to find a hole in the gate or in the fence and walk in. But I would go in and then I would just hang out or whatever. I didn't ride any rides, just hanging out. But I would stand up by the like caramel apple thing and like get real close.
Oh, 'cause
yeah,
they
like
have 'em
casual.
all sitting
mingle
out
up.
on
Yeah,
the
they
thing.
put
I
them
forget.
right
window.
there, and I would be like, oh, as soon as they turn around to get somebody's thing, I would grab one and like walk away. And I know people probably saw me.
tips.
I'm really not that bad of a person, but that makes me sound like a bad person.
All you
Yeah, it
stole
does.
in
But
your
I
life was
did-
food. wherever.
I did eat it. You know, I wasn't like
didn't go to
gonna
waste.
throw some, but and I was probably hungry. But
Listen, I got to
don't
do
know.
something
It
real
was
quick.
stupid.
Because we've kept everyone listening long enough. So we got to do the giveaway for this shirt.
Oh wait! Can I finish my fair story?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, another way. All right. So at the end of the night, when the fair is closing, like 11 o'clock or whatever, I would go by the elephant ear booth, and I'd be like, "Oh, so they make a bunch, and then if they close down, they're gonna have to throw it away or whatever." So I would go just in time before they throw it away after they're closed down, and be like, "Oh, do you got some elephant ears you're gonna throw away?"
Well,
And
that's a little
I mean,
better. At least
that
you're
wasn't
asking.
right. I wasn't
That's not
stealing
You're
those.
just
But I didn't spend a dime that whole year. It was
just
my
like-
junior year in high school.
DP dough down in Athens. At the end of the night, they give away their doughs and sauce. Like so, I mean, it's
Just
free.
hang it out.
Yeah, all the stoners
go to
are hanging
Athens?
out.
Did you go to OU?
I've been to Athens several times. I've never actually attended
not the
school
answer to the
there.
question.
Never actually attended school there, but
There's a
I've been there
school
many
there?
times. Yeah.
Wonder what all those kids were doing.
What's up with all Athens' ridiculous streets? One way. You can go one way, but you will never get back that way again. You're gonna
Just
take
keep making a
whole-
right.
You're going to make a whole different
Just
way.
go right, and you'll get back.
All right, let's do this real quick. Okay, if you want that Paper City Company shirt, the Sugar Shack
Oh,
shirt,
should we hold it up?
there is a picture.
Yeah,
Let me hold it up.
you should.
There is a picture on our Facebook, Blue Wall Podcast. If you go into it and you type Paper City Company Rocks, you will be entered into the drawing. And when we contact you, if you are the winner that gets drawed, you must say
Drawed.
Sugar Shack.
Drawn.
Welcome to the slightly Appalachian,
Well,
low
Actually,
South
his-
Ohio.
One thing we always got to remind people around here, we are in Southern Ohio, and we tend to have a little bit of an accent around here.
So,
You are
So-
I know
not from.
accent, but
You
just
are not from
proper-
Southern Ohio
proper,
at all.
No.
Grammar was what I was just encouraged.
All right, that's it.
I'm the worst.
We
The dog
encourage proper-
farted.
He's out of here.
Yes.
So you're going to write Paper City Company Rocks underneath the picture, and then when we contact you, you're going to say Sugar Shack or message Sugar Shack back, and then you will officially win that T-shirt, and hopefully you'll be in town so we can get a hold of you. If my buddy Paul wins out in California, he's going to have to pay for his own shipping and handling. 'Cause we are very low budget. I don't know. I might be able to get that out too.
Couple bucks.
Yeah, it couldn't be more than a few bucks.
I'll do it.
But
I'll pay for it.
the shirt's
Ooh.
awesome.
That's like giving back from
Exactly.
stealing.
All the
Yeah,
things
You
are
have, like,
I do.
stolen.
I try to do that a lot now. I mean, I was young and dumb, and I've grown and matured.
I always
and
just-
You're
realized like
smarter and wiser.
it was just stupid
Yeah.
young stuff.
happens.
Kids are stupid. Their brain is
You're
not
forgiven.
fully developed yet. I mean, that
So-
is a fact. That's science. You cannot argue with that. You don't have a fully developed brain when you're young, and part of your brain shuts off from like 17 to 20 until the frontal lobe kicks back in. Those are all science facts. Google
Somebody
it.
needs to Google that.
Google
Yes.
it.
So back to the shirt.
But I would also encourage, maybe you don't win the Sugar Shack shirt, but you're like, I got to get one of these
Buy one.
Paper City Company shirts. You can go to the Facebook, or not. Well, you guys do have a Facebook, Paper City Company, but you also have a website where you can actually order them from www.papercitycompany.com.
Papercityco.
I'm
Co.
sorry,
Just
co
co.
period .com. What co?
Don't spell it out. Just
.com.
abbreviate.
Just
Or
we're all about short.
If you want to look at them, feel the material, and just, I mean, you can judge in
Smell
person.
'em.
Some people I gotta hold it in their hands. Jeremy has to hold things in his hands before he buys
Yeah.
it. He can't do Amazon.
I don't buy shit online. I gotta be like, I want it now,
I
and I
get
want
it.
to touch it.
I get
I want
it.
it now.
Schlegel's on Main
Paint Street.
Paint Street.
Paint
Yeah.
Street.
What is it next to down there? It's next to Kama. I know that.
the School of Dance, Miss Elizabeth. School
Okay.
of Dance, which should have its own shirt eventually
Right.
in time. I'm pretty sure.
There's always a couple hippies hanging out
What
front in
was
case
the
you
dance?
miss
Like
it.
they did like a blackout or
Black
something.
light.
Yes.
Black light dance.
The black light. I did that way too many times.
See, I kind of actually I moved away when I was younger. I'm from Chillicothe. I was born here. My family's from here, but we moved away a couple times and I came back in 7th grade. So I kind of missed out on the Miss Elizabeth. I mean, it was high school a little
Right.
bit, but I didn't
She
get back
still
in the day.
does
I
it
think
though.
I did it from the
No,
time I
she
was
was amazing.
3 until I was 18.
Yeah, she's
I
still
stopped
there.
in probably about 4th grade, I think.
Yeah.
I heard she's pretty old. Like I don't know.
She was
no, but
old
I know she's
then.
still doing. I
She's
know that's
not-
what I
but
heard
she's
the
not-
other
I
day.
saw
The
her the
woman
other day.
has
She's
never
not-
aged.
Yeah, she looks the same.
It's because she's active. She's
There's a
dancing.
lady
She's
that-
happy.
One of the
She's
ladies
only
that-
70-year-old I know that can do the splits. And I still
That's what I
couldn't do
hear.
them. After 15 years of dance, I could still not do the split.
Is she 70? She's
Oh, she has to be.
One of the ladies in my combat
I'm not
fit
sure. She
class
goes to my church.
said that
Ask
she
her,
was
please.
her instructor when she was a kid,
Yeah,
and she's in her 30s probably. Like,
yeah.
so she's been around a while.
And she's the only
She's a
one. Like
professional
she
then.
has done it by herself the whole time.
All right. No,
That's
she-
what's
So
crazy.
bad when
She
that
doesn't have to share
closes.
the profits.
She's
Even
still
better.
getting a shirt.
One-way split.
She's getting,
Dance.
Miss Elizabeth, you're getting a shirt.
Yeah, the School of
Yes.
Dance is getting a shirt. It's gonna happen when she closes.
She's gonna close sometime.
Dancing, dancing, dancing.
Okay.
What else is going on? Do you need to shout anything
Okay,
out while
no.
we got a minute?
Well, we do need to shout out the
This-
walk.
Yeah, the walk for cystic fibrosis.
but
You guys
make
should check
sure-
this out. It's a good event.
The did I just throw everything at you?
Yep, there's one
No,
right
wait,
there.
I got
Here.
one. I got it. I got it.
Everybody gets one.
The Cystic Fibrosis Walk, May 19th at Yaktangi Park in Chillicothe. It's the Strides for Stacy. Our good friend Jamie Jackson, her cousin Stacy died in 2008 of cystic fibrosis. And every year since, I don't know if it was directly the next year, but she has been doing it for several years. She does events from like January until May, and she probably spends more than that time like trying to
I'm
do
sure
stuff.
background, like doing
she-
things behind the scenes.
She has like there was a silent auction last weekend when we did stand up to cystic fibrosis. There was another thing they did to raise money, but the main thing is the walk. The final thing is the walk at Yaktangi Park, and you go down there. I think there. I don't even know. This is bad. About the donation. Is there a donation, Deke? Do you remember?
What, to do the walk?
I'm sure there is some kind of donation they want,
I'm sure there is
but
too.
it doesn't matter.
And if you
but
can't
I
make
think-
it, you can donate on their website.
Yes,
too.
you go to cff.org or org/great_strides/Stacy's girl. That was a really big thing. I might repeat. Should I repeat that?
Go for it. You're the host, man.
cff.org/great_strides/Stacy's girl. And it's the Strides for Stacy. So our friend Jamie, she started this team that they raise money each year, and apparently there is no federal funding for cystic fibrosis research.
Because there's bigger fish like cancer. I mean, AIDS is kind of taking a back seat
Right.
now for federal funding, but there's a lot of other bigger things that are out there.
And it's hereditary disease. So like if anybody in your family has it, it's hereditary and they die young. It's a lung disorder where you have like a fluid buildup in your lungs and stuff. You can't. I have asthma, and I've told everybody I can't believe. I couldn't imagine it being worse. Tell her, just smack her or something like. My bad. But you can go down there and donate and help out, and also like 90% of the money raised goes to research, treatments, and the patients. 90% through the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
That's great.
It is good.
That's
May
awesome.
19th, 1 to 4. My notes were better than this. Where is like I have it all wrote
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry. I wasn't throwing that
I
at you. I
know.
was just.
Is it 1 to 4,
I just
Deke?
wondered if it was on there.
1 to 4. I know it is. Yaktangi Park. This is all bad.
That sounds good. 1 to 4.
Oh yeah, I have it right here. Yeah. 1 to 4. So come out and donate.
Then we got the
Help
Sugar
out.
Shack. We can talk about that again real
Yep.
quick. And what's that? It starts at 5 up at OUC
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Katy
When?
Large, singing away.
Yeah, Katy,
Weejuns.
the Weejuns.
Be rocking it out.
And
the
what band?
Ouija
What
boards.
band are you in the set?
The second.
Second band.
Yes.
So I mean,
We will probably go on around, if I had to guess,
7-ish.
like 7:30. That
And
would be
did
my
you
guess.
know that a Ouijan is a shoe?
Oh, where did you learn that?
From Miss Katy Large. And I retained
what kind of
that.
shoe? Like a wood shoe from Holland?
Like a cool shoe back in the
Like
day.
a loafer of some sort.
I did not know that.
I thought it was a duck.
Norwegian. I thought it was
I mean,
like
it is
short
a duck,
for Norwegian.
Well, that's kind of how it started, I believe. But
What
it's just some sort of loafer type thing that all the cool kids wore.
Anyway,
It's
it's
like
$5 to
Do they
get
wear
in.
Weejuns now? Like, are they like?
Yeah.
Do they still
yeah,
make
the guy,
them? Is it like a
no.
Hush Puppies thing? Or?
Yeah, well, it's like they make things that look like them. That's what they wear. They all wear like the weird little brown loafers and black pants,
Do you
and I'm
wear
like,
them?
please put no. I wear thigh high boots and a mini skirt.
Was it-
It's a little
It's
different.
the '60s.
There you go.
It's
Was it a
perfect.
style of shoe or was it a company?
It was a
Like
style of shoe, like a loafer, like it was called a Ouija.
So like Nike and Reebok could make a Weejan.
I mean, yeah,
in a
if they
sense,
wanted
like-
to, but
Okay,
they
right,
probably
right.
call it a loafer.
Okay.
It's $5 to get in, and all the money goes to Rock for Tots.
Yes, it does.
And you can roll your pants up high.
Yep.
Yeah, you dress it in.
I
With
love
your
it.
tall
I,
white
I
socks.
always wear high waters and white socks
Yeah.
because you never know when it's
Actually,
going to rain.
you would peg them.
If you
I
go,
believe.
you gotta dress
Thanks.
the
Usually thinner.
Oh yeah,
the sock hop.
I'd get the
Yeah.
pack of smokes rolled up in the
Yeah.
sleeve. We'll go
All right,
greasers.
Fonzie, what are
yeah,
you
no.
doing?
What are you talking? I'm talking about the
Yeah.
outsiders.
You and John
Fonzie.
Travolta.
You know how it is, rocking and
about,
rolling and whatnot.
Dallas from
You quoting
Dallas and
Grease
Pony
over
Boys.
Yes, I
Sandy.
am.
Yes.
It's my favorite movie.
Go fight some Socs.
We'll
There'll
get
probably be
you-
a bunch of Socs up there. Sounds like a
You're gonna need
Soc.
a leather jacket and a lot more hair gel.
I don't
And a
have
little
enough
more hair,
I'm about
maybe.
to say I don't have enough hair to grease it back.
Just work on that.
And will there be some Sugar Shack T-shirts up here at this place, or
Well-
any Paper City?
We're not going to be there,
T-shirts.
I don't think. They are going to have, I think they'll have shirts there but you can obviously go to Schlegel's before and wear them
Right.
at the show.
Yeah,
We
Which we recommend.
would encourage it.
I would
Post-
encourage that.
Post pictures on our Facebook with you wearing it at the event.
I did.
We'll share them.
Everybody in my family's getting one.
Yeah.
If I go to Schlegel's and say Paper City Company, and will I get save 10%?
No,
No? Oh, they don't do that.
Not there.
they'll give you
There's
a
no
high five.
secret code word. They'll be like, "Oh,
What's
I'm
the
glad they
code word?"
sent you down here. Here's your shirt.
You want
What's
some
the
coffee
secret
with
code
that?
word? Yeah.
We have muffins
The
too."
code word is free coffee.
Do they cook anything fresh down there?
They do. They've been
really
making. They have
good
like
sandwiches.
it's mostly like lunch things. But they
Yeah.
have like they'll make like an egg salad and they use the Ben. Do you have Ben's hot mustard local?
gosh,
They've been doing
so
lots of
good.
like local. They make a
I know.
salad.
Well,
have little
Sharon that
specials.
works down there, she goes to
Yeah.
church too. She helps with the
Sharon.
kids, so
Yeah.
we talk to her every day. But
They have
Sharon's
good
great.
sandwiches.
They
do
do.
they? She brought in we did a fundraiser and she brought in like a platter with all local like stuff, and it was pretty cool. I was like, man, I didn't realize that all these things
Yeah.
people were making.
Liz Corzine, who owns it, like she's done a really good job of they have like a little corner set up of like local things they're pushing. So there's like our Paper City shirts, and they have a lot of like Amarissa Woods, or they have these. She sells a lady sells these like rubs
Yeah.
for like meats or
Yeah.
anything like that, or they
Hot
have
roast or
mixing.
whatever.
Yeah, and there's different kinds. There's some really cool
I think
combinations.
is there soaps in there too?
Yeah, there's
So-
soaps.
I thought I saw some soaps.
There's some like dressings, like Karen's dressing, and there's Ben's hot mustard, and a couple other things. And they're caramel puff corn, of course, which is delicious.
That's their specialty, right?
It's special day.
Yes.
They're-
Yeah.
They're
I'm all
ghost
about buying
Ghost
locally the past probably 4 or 5 years.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm very.
It's good. There's
doesn't-
lots of great
it-
local things in this town that people don't
I agree.
think about sometimes, and they just have to kind of find them. But
Well, it's good that somebody's at least giving them a starting point, a home to be found. You know, I mean, not every.
right.
I'm surprised Kroger's doesn't do that, or
I think
Kroger.
that some of them do. I know that a lot of there's a local hot sauce, barbecue sauce.
Oh, like not DB Yummers. They have a local Old Canal. What's one I'm thinking of?
I've gone on to see where they've been distributed, and I know that they sell to a couple Kroger's locations. It may not be in Chillicothe, but maybe like Columbus area.
There's a DB Yummers, which is a kind of local.
DB Yummers. That
DB
what a perfect
Yummers.
name. It's
They
like
have a
DB
barbecue
Cooper,
sauce.
but DB Yummers.
They're in a different, but like Ben's hot mustard, of course, was one that's really but they have like a barbecue sauce, don't they? Buffalo dip. They have that one too?
Yes, maybe
Is that what
that's what
you're
I'm
thinking of?
thinking of. So
They-
you can find some of them locally. It's just you have to do some research to find out where they are.
Velvet ice cream. Do they still do anything around here? They still are open, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Schlegel's carries velvet ice cream.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then they're
And there you have
obviously
it.
still open.
Back to
Yeah.
Schlegel's.
I
Go
like
to
velvet ice
Schlegel's and
cream.
get it
They're
all.
good.
Exactly.
That's where you're gonna get all that stuff we were just talking
Let's
about.
go.
You're gonna get
All at
food
once.
and
There's another good
clothes
business.
and soap.
Do you know
And
on Bridge
coffee.
Street where that
Coffee.
farmhouse is at? That they probably should have sold 1,000 years ago, but they're
But
just
they won $1 million for
Oh,
the land.
oh, just a minute. You're about $1 million short. They
I
won
know.
a couple
Oh,
million
yeah.
for that. That used to be like an old dairy farm,
Mm-hmm.
and they were pretty famous in Ohio because they had they were like 3% higher. Their cream was the thickest cream in the state, and people would come from all. My grandpa was a milkman. Is how I know this, by the way.
My grandpa was a milkman.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
They're related.
But so that was a famous
Is your last
business.
name
I don't.
Bost?
I was trying to think of the best milkman joke I could, and I was just blank. I couldn't come up with
You got
anything.
The best milkman jokes
No.
have to do with your baby not being
Yes.
yours. It's
Yeah,
the
I know.
Always,
I,
yeah.
But I couldn't
It's
think
the
of anything
milkman.
funny. I couldn't think of a joke for you guys.
But that was a kind of a famous
why they're
business
related.
until they
Did
went
you
out
catch
of
it?
business.
I
don't
got
know.
yours, yeah.
I cannot remember what he was calling it though.
Was it? I don't know. I was gonna
Something
look up
creamery or dairy farm, something like that.
Doesn't it still say it on the barn?
I've not paid
I
attention
think
to
it shut
I mean,
down.
no.
I think it shut down
Because
and
Chipotle's
sold.
on the other side, so nobody looks that way anymore.
Everybody looks that way. They're like, why isn't something here? Man, weird.
Like,
You
there's
know?
still a farm here?
Yeah.
In the
It
middle of all
never
this?
crosses your mind, ever. I can't imagine it not being there.
I
It
know.
would be so weird if they sell it.
Oh, they're
Then
gonna
you'd be
sell
like,
it. That's
it would be
somebody's
going,
retirement.
What
for
was
sure.
there? That's.
I
didn't There
know.
used to be something there. It's like
Well,
blank now.
nowadays. I'm telling you.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Thick dairy cream.
I'm gonna find out what that was called. I'm just gonna write it on my little list.
Ask the audience. Does anyone know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone out there know what that dairy farm or creamery was called originally?
It's on Bridge Street across from Sam's Club.
What's the
Chipotle.
What's
I'm
the
hungry.
jewelry place across the street?
Ian
Ian
Smith.
Smith.
Is it something? Is it one like?
Smitty's. My grandpa
No,
always called
Ian
it
Smith
Smitty's.
used to be
Yeah,
Fox
Fox
Run,
Yeah.
and right behind Fox Run,
What is
Fox
Fox?
Farm
What
Inn.
was Fox?
Well, yeah,
what
it's
is?
Fox
What
Farm
was
Inn.
the Fox Run?
Fox Farm Inn was like an inn.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
say
Back in
Fox
the day.
Run. That's a go-go
Used to be
bar.
Yeah,
by
it's
no,
Columbus.
it's actually a golf course.
Yeah.
Running
Oh,
Fox.
run,
Running
yeah.
Fox.
Yeah, which is now River's Edge.
River's Edge. I hear it's really nice now.
It
Who was talking about? One of my buddies was talking about it. He says he goes golfing out there all the time. I'm not gonna put out his name, but he said they ran an advertisement in the advertiser, and he went around and got like 40 advertisers. So now he's got like all the coupons from like 40 advertisers. He's like killing them on the coupons. But he said they redid everything. It's really nice out there. I'm not
Yeah, they're
a
working
golfer,
on it.
but
I was
I'm
out there
not-
the other day, and it's completely gutted on the inside of the clubhouse. So they're working on
Redoing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just not comment about golfing because I got some crap last time I did.
But behind
What?
Ian
From-
Smith is right was where the Sugar Shack was.
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
Katie, are you a golfer or something?
No.
No, thank you. Yeah, she just let me blow it off. Thank
no,
you.
I'm just back on
Her
subject.
friends.
It's amazing how I can do that. But that's where it was, correct? From what I've heard.
I'm pretty sure.
From what
yeah.
I know, that's where the airplane hangar was.
Yeah.
Kind of behind that mobile, I think. I think right where Zane Village was. or
Right.
is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't alive in the 60s.
You got to ask your
I don't know.
bandmates.
I believe though I believe that's exactly what it was. It was an airplane hangar. So
Right. No, Deke, I just made a comment last time. We were talking about sports and like when you get out of high school, like what, you know,
and my entire
trying to
band is
compete.
mad at you. I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We
He's
were
like,
talking
I'm
about
not that old yet. He's talking about
winding it
golfing.
down, and I was like, well, I'm not like I said something about golf, and I was like, I'm not ready to wind it down that much yet, but trying to find something to do to stay busy and
Yeah.
active.
What did I tell you he said?
And yeah, apparently they took it the wrong way. I mean,
Said,
but I didn't say bad things about golf. I
The
just
way
said
he
I'm not
sounded-
ready
Oh.
to wind it
He
down.
said something about I'd like to wrap a wedge around his neck or something. I was cracking up. It was so
I'm
funny.
still like, yeah, I want to be. I'm still more physical than like.
We should
I'm
stop
not
talking
ready- yeah,
about it
I'm gonna
right
stop
now.
right now.
Sorry, Ken.
So your band
I'm
members were
sorry,
saying
Ken. Yes.
My dad's an avid golfer.
Well,
like
they like
always
live
golfs.
on a golf course. They're like, oh well, we play
Oh,
golf
yeah.
all the time. They're retired. It's right there.
this. So you'll be at the benefit then on Saturday, right?
right,
To
yeah,
Meet them all?
to meet them all.
No, I don't know if I don't think I will be. I might be out of town.
It was so funny.
Well, all right. There is nothing wrong with golf. It was just my opinion on like. I would.
That's what you're gonna do when you get
when I'm
old.
older,
It's okay.
and it's not that it's an old
I
person's
called
sport
them
either.
grandpa. They're mad at me too. It's okay. Like
It's a sport
Actually,
though, but like
grandparents younger than some of that.
here's the thing: I'm not good enough to be good at it now.
You just don't want to do it now.
So
Maybe
right,
when
so
I'm
when I'm
older.
older and like I can't do what I like doing now, and because I just physically can't, I'll probably go to something more like golf. But I'm stuck at it now,
Those
so
who
I don't
can't.
care. Like
So you think you'll be more physically able when you're older?
no, to
Apparently
golf
those who
though. To
can't
golf,
golf.
I would be able to still golf, but not like I'm a professional fighter.
Gotcha.
So like that, when I'm 60, I'm probably not gonna be able to be doing that. So I'm gonna probably
You're gonna be
go.
shot.
Maybe.
You
I
probably
mean,
won't be
your
able to
body's
golf.
gonna be
either.
Actually,
ruined.
I might not golf. I might just be
I don't know.
like,
gonna
There's
do,
a
like,
lot of old guys
shuffleboarding.
hanging in there
Yeah,
pretty good.
you're
Yeah.
not going to be able to walk. There'll be no golfing in your life.
Maybe card games.
Yeah.
yeah, bridge.
Some canasta.
Poker's a
Yeah.
sport.
Right? Yeah.
You get really good at crosswords.
Oh,
Sudoku.
Yeah, I
Soft
keep my
puzzle.
Sudoku.
mind straight. Yeah, poker is on ESPN.
Yeah, it's a sport.
I
That's-
hate
there you
watching
go.
it, but
if you
Part
get
cheesy.
on, yeah, if you get on poker on ESPN, you let us know. Making
Alright.
millions.
I hope your band guys aren't watching again. And
Oh, they
they're really
are.
gonna like.
It's okay. I
They're
bet
gonna
you get so
jump
much
me.
crap on Friday night from them. So
No, if you guys love golf, I love it. I love it too. I love it.
Yeah,
Good
I'm surprised that-
cover.
yes,
Oh,
What do you
totally
guys-
off the hook now.
What do you guys think about a professional kickball league? Do you think that's something that could happen?
I
was
think
just
it'll be
thinking about-
amateur, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
like in general.
In
Like
general, like why
You know,
isn't that
yeah.
a
We got
professional
softball.
sport?
Every adult in town plays softball
Oh,
in
yeah.
some weird
We
league
got a
team.
local
So yeah,
Kickball league going.
I would
that-
totally be into
Could
that.
strum up some interest.
That would
Kickball,
be
yeah,
cool.
kickball though.
Are you
right?
talking
was-
like professional, like on ESPN?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying like you
Watching.
know they had like the wiffle ball league. You ever heard
Yeah.
of
We
that? Like
just-
that was a
you know,
national thing.
I think there is kind
I
of.
just want to
isn't
call
there,
Chris
like, a
Hanners and ask if we can just have kickball like once a week. Like, do you
Yeah.
mind? You've already got the space.
I mean, it was
That's
so
what I do.
fun. I just
when you
remember
guys are out of town.
played
Right.
kickball all the way through elementary and a little bit of middle school,
And
and
then
then
it's
all of a
over.
sudden it's just not cool. Like what? How
Then
did that
that's
happen?
when they teach you. They're like, "Oh, it's not a real sport," and you're like, "What? I've been doing."
That's
it for
when
7
you're like.
I'm the
I'm
best
so good at it
kickballer
now.
ever.
We would do it when my cousins come over and like we wanted to play like something and we didn't have gloves to play baseball or bats or so
Didn't want to play soccer because
we
that's
find a
not
ball,
that's
we're gonna kick
un-American.
it.
Soccer's
I was not very
un-American.
good at kickball.
Oh, I was the
Let's not-
best.
Let's not talk about soccer.
No.
Why you hate soccer?
No,
Here
I
we go.
love soccer.
She does
Oh.
love soccer.
Soccer is an American.
Well, when I'm about 60 and ready to
Football
wind
is
it
not
down, I might get into soccer. Just kidding. Soccer is one of the most dangerous sports.
So
There
kickball
are.
league, right?
It really is.
Soccer
My
players
youngest
always
brother
have
has
that tiptoe
several
walk.
concussions.
They have nice legs.
They do
Good
because they're
soccer
running all the
players.
time, but they have the tiptoe walk.
David Beckham.
They walk with on their tiptoes, and it's
Because they're running all the time.
I've never
probably.
noticed that.
I haven't either.
I
but-
have.
You don't float around.
I've never seen my brothers walk like that. And I
They
don't
have a
Like
tiptoe
fairies.
They don't
Like-
prance?
like
No.
Prancer.
No,
So-
no prancing.
So-
Maybe you've just never noticed it. I
Kickball
go
Yeah,
look
I'm
at
gonna
it.
league, apparently,
Step and injury. You
Deke's
guys
gonna
better watch
start.
out. You guys better learn how to walk right when you come home.
I walk on my toes a lot.
You
Like
would.
not quite like
You just want everybody to think you play
You don't
soccer.
prance.
You
I
just want
don't
people to think you're
quite
taller.
prance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's a small short guy thing. That's all it is. And I try to be and I stick my chest out too, and I get on my tippy
All
toes.
pumps up. You're so
I don't
tough.
walk out.
Well, you're a fighter, so you have to be light on your feet, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is because I do
Little
move
butterfly
a lot
thing.
like that. Like if it's true what you're saying, soccer players they're running, they're gonna be on their toes a lot, and that's just.
So are you like
natural,
an
more
MMA or
natural.
like boxing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, mixed martial arts.
Boxing's dangerous.
I said MMA.
Yeah,
I
you
was-
did.
I was
Like,
all hip
I know
with
the
word.
slang.
You know.
Well, that's everywhere
At least
now.
you didn't say UFC.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Not
same
bad.
thing?
Don't you train UFC?
Aren't
Do
those
you
the
fight
same
cages?
thing? I train UFC.
Yeah.
That's not even a thing.
No,
What
that's an organization. It's not a sport.
What's your goal in life, though?
Dana White, what a genius.
Yeah.
He's so
Right?
rich now.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a bunch of guys together and throw them in a ring, let them beat each other up. And then-
Yeah.
Tag team
I'm gonna
MMA.
promote it
Do
and
you
put a
know the
brand
history
on
of
it.
that?
Yes. Can you tell us all about
In
Dana White?
ancient Rome, there's this thing called the Colosseum, where
Yeah.
they put guys in a ring and they made them fight each other
To the death.
to the death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dana
gladiators.
White cut it before the death thing because they won't let you show that
They
on
didn't
TV
throw the
anymore.
lions in the
Yeah.
ring.
Well, he
at
cleaned
that
it up a
point.
lot. Gracie,
I've seen
gosh,
Spartacus.
he's like,
I know what happened.
the
I saw
worst.
the gladiator.
Why don't they bring back chariot racing? That would be kind of cool.
That would be
Wasn't that a-
crazy.
Doesn't
Only if they
Tiger
allowed the
Mounts have that?
spikes on this side.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but-
mean.
That's part of it, isn't it?
You mean
I think that was always allowed.
With like wings on the sides of the chair. It's like a bunch of
Yeah.
Ultimate chariot racing.
Yeah.
togas and Romans and the whole.
What
nine
was
yards.
that?
No, but really, doesn't Cider Downs do that still?
Well, they race in a I guess
buggy?
in a chariot.
Guess
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Kind of a.
modern day
I think it's
not the
buggy
same.
racing.
It's not
It is
the
a little different. It's
same.
not a chariot. I don't think it would be this. It is something different.
I just wanted to see the little spikes
It's
on the
not
side.
as,
where
like-
it
Yeah.
screws into
Yeah,
the-
there was a show on TV that like they tested medieval weapons. If anybody knows the name of it, I don't remember. It was on like Discovery probably because that's all I watch, or History. But anyways, they did that thing on the chariot, and it just like cut a dude's legs off, like what would be a man,
That's
but
the
like
point.
just like
And the show is not on anymore.
But it's weird though, like because they're spinning this
Murdered
way, and it's
somebody.
just
You're
like a
not.
cross, like a knife going this way and one going this way. And it's rolling, so you
Guess
wouldn't
when
think
it
it would
goes
have as
fast
much like
enough, though.
chopping. Yeah, I guess.
That was the
I don't
point.
know. But
Those,
it
those were
did.
real sports. Somebody had to die in
Yeah,
the end. Like that's
that's-
the way it was. Somebody died in the
Like
end.
the
Every
original
sporting
Olympics,
event.
didn't
right.
people die or
People
something?
die, and that's how we know it's over. That's how you actually ultimately.
There's
That's
a
how you
clear
ultimately
winner and
won.
loser.
Yes.
You did not
Hey.
die. You win.
You do not live to fight
I don't care if
again.
you scored a
Nobody
touchdown.
lives to fight.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is where the saying "live to fight again" comes from, because other people did not.
Right.
Are we going to wrap this up? 11
All right.
o'clock.
Yes,
Let's
we
wrap it
can
up.
wrap it up.
So, in closing, Paper City Company, go buy some
Yeah.
shirts.
Thanks for having us.
Lots of
Yeah, it was awesome. You guys were awesome
Appreciate
guests.
it.
You had a lot of knowledge of Chillicothe that I wasn't expecting, so it just
We know some, and a lot of
It-
it's come from the
Plethora.
shirts.
it
so.
adds
Plethora.
to your guestiness.
Plethora.
And also go see Katy Large in the Wiggins.
Weegens.
I'm sorry, Weegens.
And the shoes.
How did he spell it?
The Wiccans? Were you saying she's
I didn't write it down.
Isn't
is
it
the problem.
WIEG?
And the loafers.
Up at OUC, and all
And
that
the
money goes
Loafers.
for rock for the tots. So that's very good cause.
You can follow us on Twitter at Blue Wall Podcast.
Or check us out on Facebook at Blue Wall Podcast. Or go to Ustream and just watch directly through Ustream.
Right. Catch episodes on YouTube.
No malfunctions today.
So far.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, this is
Actually,
awesome.
it kind of did, yeah.
That
It
was
was
minor.
Our
Yeah.
best
Well,
one yet.
Dog sniffings, but
Yeah.
Not too
It
bad.
wasn't
All
as
right.
bad as it could have
Oh,
been,
yeah.
trust
Sure.
me.
Trust me. Yeah,
Whew.
we got off easy tonight.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, cut it off.
All right. Thank you guys very much for coming in.
thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And thanks everybody for watching.